Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish Hotspur, here to bring you the last and final watch along. It's definitely not been a season to remember. It's not been a season to really be proud of, but I guess in some shape or form, we've all, I guess, stuck together. If you've followed from day one from these watch alongs, I really just want to say thank you. I know Dave and plenty of others will say thank you as well, but really does mean it because it has sort of been a bit of a slog this season, and I don't really blame anybody for probably wanting to turn off the games or really just turn off the season at some stage. But I hope you have enjoyed, the watch alongs at least. I hope you found us as sort of a good companion. I found you guys as nice companion, as sort of people to do it with, even when I've maybe taken a break, even like just recently from the most recent game. It was nice to follow along with Nick and Dave for the watch along. So everybody, really do appreciate you all, and it's the last game of pain if it's going to be. But we do have the lineups, of course, right alongside me here. And I must say, a bit of an interesting sort of call from Ryan Mason, in the fact that he's sort of stuck for the most part with a similar lineup from last time. But what I would say is the difference is maybe a certain Kulisevsky, I believe, is coming in this time around, and Pedro Porro, I guess, is being included back into the lineup. After the last game, I really just didn't want to see Ben Davies pretty much ever play again, and I didn't really want to see Sanchez really ever play again. So I hope this is the last and final time, actually, that we ever have to see any of these guys sort of ever play in a Spurs shirt, because the summer is approaching. Maybe these guys are, especially Sanchez, by the looks of things, is being shown the door. Ben Davies, I think some type of report of around 15 million pounds is being reported that Spurs are willing to listen to. So if we can get rid of these two guys over the summer, these could be the last and final minutes we have to watch those two. We also have Emo and Poro, like I said earlier, combining. I really feel like those guys could be the future for next season. We'll see if the next manager can sort of see the same. We have Sonny sort of playing as a left wing, and maybe he'll kind of maybe operate as more of a striker. I'm curious if we're going to be playing more as like a 4-2-3-1, or if we're going to keep that 4-4-2, because with Richarlison, it felt like we did have maybe sometimes more of a 4-4-2 type of shape, whereas without Richarlison, will Kulusevski be playing more as kind of a maybe someone through the middle, kind of as a number 10, or will he be playing up top with Harry Kane sort of as a striker? You look at Leeds' lineup. I must be honest. I think they're just sort of putting every center back that they have on the books into that 11 by the looks of things. I think Ailing, you could say, has played as a center back, I think, before, but he's probably more of a fullback, so I could be stretching. But I think Neeson is as a center back, Verber is a center back, Pascal Stroik is a center back, Robin Koch is a center back, Liam Cooper, whatever his name is a center back. So they have at least 5 or 6 center backs in that 11, plus the goalkeeper. So he's really flexing all the center backs that he has at his disposal by the looks of things, Big Sam. And we're going with going up against a very defensive shape. That's for sure. It's going to be a very defensive shape indeed. But yeah, I must be honest, impressed by Big Sam's ability to be able to throw every single center back that he can possible into a team. I'm going to get to the chat here and see what you guys have to say. And like I said, everybody, those who have been joining in maybe just now, a massive thank you for those who have followed along from day one, or even halfway through, or even just last week, with these watch alongs and with these sort of game day, match day content, because really has been a great companion to be alongside you guys. And also as well, hopefully through this slog of a season, you've at least found some sort of therapy, I guess, through this channel in some sense or form. But like I said, everybody, a massive thank you from me. And I know Dave will as well, on just sort of, sticking through with it with us this season. Really do appreciate it here, everybody. I put that up here in some sense. But we have Chris Baum in the house. Or sorry, I had a message here for it for you guys here, everybody. We have Chris Baum here. Sup, lads, and chat. Come on, you Spurs. One last game for some glory. Maybe call me a bit fickle, maybe call me a bit sort of maybe a bit mean spirited, but I feel like this is a grand opportunity to take someone down with us. Let's ruin somebody else's season, Chris. Let's take Leeds down with us, knock them down to the likes of the championship, and like I said, yeah, ruin their season alongside ours. Coy's Bob in the house saying, lads, thank you for all the hard work this season. Really do appreciate you, Coy's Bob, my man, and it's always good to see those sort of just joining us on either match days, when they can, just somebody to watch alongside, especially the international fans like myself who really can't get anywhere close to, having any type of, real game day atmosphere when it comes to most Spurs games. Nice to have a lot of friends in the chat, a lot of friends in the community, right? When it comes to these sort of match days. Big yourself up, Bob. David Hall in the house saying agreed. Thanks for this whole season, lads. Been the only highlight of the rubbish season. Enoch out. Big yourself up, David. I love your profile pic, my man. Absolutely love it. It's boss. Tot943 says, I'm going 2-1 Leeds United. Don't see us getting anything today. We're too Spursy. Plus, Dr. Tottenham is in town today. I'm not really have any sort of expectations when it comes to this game. It is the last game of the season for me, Tot943. But what I would say is, potentially Spurs could do what they did, like, what was it, 2 seasons ago against Leicester City, where we absolutely ruined their day and ruined their chances of, I think, finishing as high as in the fourth in the Champions League. I think we knocked them down to the Europa League spots and then ended up picking a Conference League spot ourselves. So it could be similar scenarios here in actually some regard where we sort of ruin somebody else's season. And I don't really expect the results to go our way when it comes to Aston Villa and Brighton. I would love to have Conference League. I'm not exactly going to be jumping over, people for it, or, being, super passionate about it. I would love to be in it, but at the same time, I could see a lot of the benefits of not being in it. It's just selfishly, I like seeing Spurs play as much as possible, and I don't really feel like there's any cup or any competition that we should really see as beneath us, and at least in my opinion. Big yourself up, though, my man. I really do appreciate you sticking through it with us this season, my friend. We have, I'll save that chat later. We have Mrs. Harris in the house. Good to see you. Lee Crisp says, Leeds fan, feel like I'm going to wake. Best of luck next year. Um, I, I don't really know how this game's going to go for you, Lee. I feel like it's an odd lineup that maybe Big Sam has chosen. He's gone for, like I said, every single center back that he possibly can into this team. And we'll see if that ends up frustrating Spurs. But I feel like you guys might be a bit sort of lacking on the ball then, because a lot of guys like that who aren't exactly the most technical, you would say, of players, how will they be, able to break, sort of into a counterattack or anything? The fact that, like I said, Robin Koch and sort of like Liam Cooper is your two sort of like midfielders. It's just odd. I'm gonna see how it goes for you though. Big up, Mick. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Really do appreciate you tuning in as always this season, my friend. Uh, Big up, Coys Bob. Iceman, I'll save that for Davey later, my friend. Iceman's in the house saying we have gone 4-4-2 here. Yeah, we definitely have, at least by the looks of things, gone for some type of a 4-4-2. But what I would say, Iceman, is that I don't really feel like it is going to be a 4-4-2 today. I feel like it's going to be more of like a, how would you put it? I think it's going to be more of a, 4-2-3-1 by the looks of things. At least Kulusevski, I don't see playing up top alongside Sonny, unless Kulusevski moves more to the wing and Sonny ends up moving up top. I see it maybe being a 4-2-3-1 today. Big yourself up, Stuart Davidson. We also have tequila in the house. Greg's are on the way. Coffee, what? Any orders for anybody else? Panini, if I have the establishment right, tequila, I believe that's correct. That little coffee chain. Big yourself up, my friend. Iceman, THFC News. Tottenham would like to appoint a sports director before their coach, but it doesn't seem like that will happen. I think they're going about it sort of backwards. It seems like they continue to approach managers, and then they're maybe sort of asking the manager what sort of sporting director he wants to work with. You might think that's the right way to go about it. I think that's probably slowed up, or maybe what's the right word? I think that sort of delayed our whole process. The fact that we've ended up sort of going after managers first and then sporting directors second. I think that's ended up sort of hurting us, I think, in the process, and actually delayed it further. Al C saying, if it wasn't for your streams, I probably tuned out this season. I'll appreciate that, my friend. And even the last game, versus the likes of Brentford, I wanted to tune out, but it was nice to be having Nick and Davis, those sort of companions. George Hill, big up Dave and Jack. Big up George. Good to see you, my friend. He says, you absolute legends. As disappointing as a year it's been. Thanks for another class season with you boys. Tottenham till we die. Brighter days ahead. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cup Army. Georgie, love you, my friend. And let me know when anytime you're sort of down, maybe, in other parts, if you're down south, if you're down near Manhattan or Brooklyn at any stage, my man, feel free to let me know. And I would love to get in chat with you. Love to have a good chat with you. Would love to chat Spurs with you. Maybe talk about fixing Spurs. Would love to buy you beer, buy you a soda, buy you anything. Just have a little chat with you. Big up, Georgie. Really do appreciate you, my man. And thank you for tuning in, like I said, to plenty of others and making sort of this community on the match days, as special as they are, because it is a very special sort of international community that I think we have on these game days. At least that's how I feel about it. Big yourself up, my man. Steve Webb's in the house saying, "Well, a 4-4-2. Why are we playing Sanchez, Skip, and Davies?" All you can hope for, Stevie, is that maybe this is the last time ever you have to see these guys. We also have the other Steve, Steve Army, in the house saying, "Hi, Jack. I'm fully on board for watch along. I'm not going to watch it on TV. Chat is more fun than watching." Well, I'll make sure to keep sort of the commentary and the actual game, to at least give you some idea of what's going on, Steve D. So I'll try to remember to do that a bit more. We have Dave in here. I'm going to bring him in just a second here. Steve D for you. I'm going to bring in your arch nemesis, but for me, Steve D is I don't blame a lot of people for tuning out this season, and maybe a lot of those who, like you, maybe are saying here, either jokingly or seriously. I've heard a lot of people kind of say, really only kind of tune into the games because I enjoy the watch-alongs, or I enjoy watching it with Sean, I enjoy watching it with Dave, and I kind of, like I said earlier, I was sort of the same way with that Brentford game. Like I wanted to tune out, just go off, do something else, but it was sort of uh, how would I put it? It was sort of just, when you have people that you like, people that you enjoy, that you're sort of, slogging it through with, you kind of just want to stick it through with them, if that makes any sense. Maybe just me looking for a happy clapper sort of reason here, Steve D. But Dave, we have you in here looking good. And I don't know. I mean, I kind of brought up something interesting. Technically, Davies and Sanchez, you would be hopeful that this is the last time we ever have to see these guys, last 90 minutes.
I get it, Jack. Yeah, I really do hope so. I'm angry though, Jack. I'm angry. It's like we've given these guys the benefit of the doubt to try and help us get European football. They've failed us, right? They've failed us. Sanchez, Davies, the whole lot on this running, they've all failed us. Why we keep persisting with it? Ollie Skip in the lineup again today. After we've highlighted how bad he is on the ball. He got caught against Brentford for the third goal, and he's still in there again today. I'm getting more and more confused by Mason's lineup the more the season's coming to an end. And I just kind of want to say, don't get me wrong, I'm going to miss the vibes of the watch alongs with yourself and Sean and all the people around the world that tune in. And look, they will be back next season, of course, but I, for one, can't wait for this season to end. But I don't understand what Ben Davies has to do to be fucking dropped. He was shit at Aston Villa. He got railroaded against Brentford. Why is he still in the team today?
Mm,
Sanchez, okay, you'd make the argument Dyer's out, Romero's out, fine. I can understand that to a certain degree. But just give the role to Darrington. Let him have a
yeah.
shot. What have we got to lose? Sanchez got, within the first 10, 15 minutes, two balls in behind them, and they're in on our goal. It's not good enough. Skip in the midfield. I don't understand. What does Papa Matsar have to do to get a game? We keep talking about these youngsters wanting to leave, refusing to sign contracts. Prime example, another shot, another opportunity today to give some guys a go. And we're not. What message does that send out to Papa Matsar? I'm furious with the lineup. It's sort of like it's our
Mm.
last go for it. Now, very much, I could be sitting there after the game and we could have won it. Fair enough. But the reality is, I want to see something fresh going into the summer. I want to look or a glimpse into the future. And today does not give me that.
No, I see where you're coming from. I actually, the cynical side of me didn't really think of it that way originally, but I completely agree with all of that. I completely agree. I would love to have seen that probably 3 or 4 matches ago, to be honest, Dave. Like, would love to have seen some more. Like, they didn't need to be just given, like it's not like you throw 3 or 4 kids in one game, but I feel like they could have been trickled in a little bit more throughout sort of these games when, especially times have just sort of been rough. And also as well, like when pretty much the standard of actual quality is dipped so low. I mean, it's not really all that crazy to throw a kid in and see if he can actually do any better. And I don't think we've ever done it thus far, under Ryan Mason, really. And I guess it was something I didn't exactly expect, for the last game of the season if he wasn't doing it earlier. And I guess with this game too, if they really do want to compete for Conference League, and Brian Mason seems he does want to finish in Conference League. And I bet sort of in his case, right, he wants to at least maybe have something to show for when he sort of finishes out. And he maybe wants to pick up these 3 points no matter what. I think obviously Aston Villa, right, it's really more in their hands on what they do with Brighton. But perhaps Ryan Mason is still sticking with what he thinks. I don't think it is the best lineup, but what he thinks is the best lineup for what could be a chance to still finish with the Conference League in 3
I
points.
get it, but the players he's picked has let him down.
Yeah.
If Ryan Mason would leave more of an
Especially
impact on
Ben
this
Davies
club.
last match. Oh, he was
Mm.
absolutely I never wanted to see Ben Davies ever again, and that's what I kind of was bringing up is hopefully this is the last 90 minutes I do have to ever see Ben
And the thing
Davies
is, you
again.
don't even have to put in a kid, right? You could just play Perisic. Now, I know people are going to say Dave Perisic can't defend, but what has Ben Davies done defensively the last two games? Aston
Yeah.
Villa and Brentford. He hasn't. So you're better off having someone that at least wants to go forward and at least wants to attack that space. Ben Davies only attacked that space on 86 minutes when Perisic was on the sideline and he knew he was coming off. Ryan Mason would have left more of an imprint on this football club if he would have actually freshened things up properly. Not with just style and formation, but also in terms of personnel. He would have left more of an imprint. I said it back at the time, Jack, when he was being praised for getting a little bit more out of these players, but with the same players. I said at the time, he's not making a case for himself for this job. And since then, he's persisted with it, and he's nowhere near in the frame
Mhm.
for this job. And it's been to the detriment of himself as well. So, but look, it's the last game of the season. We do have Europa Conference League to play for. I do fear that Brighton probably will be on the
Yeah.
beach, probably being out celebrating. So, what Brighton's going to turn up at Aston Villa today, it's hard to know. Like we've seen, it's a tough place to go this season. So, we are relying on, a miracle from God at this point, but we still have something little to play for. And I just want to be able to leave today to say that we gave it our best today. Even if it didn't happen, I want to be able to walk out of this saying at least we tried for once.
Mhm. Dave, somebody in the chat, and I put a message kind of just sort of saying last watch along of the season. Thank you to everyone who stuck through it with us, alongside us, and maybe just wanted to, give you a chance and, just sort of just thank all the people, just before we get started off with the game and everything on,
Mm.
maybe just a quick thank you for everybody. Because Echo saying you lads and others work so hard during the season and then some. Too bad the club doesn't work as hard. I just think a lot of people, like I said, it's not really a great season. It's not like it's going to be, in any sense, probably ending on a high, I imagine. But at least a lot of people that have stuck through it with us, I think from day one through, match day 38, really just want to say a massive thank you to them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's very important. I think the biggest compliments I can give to people out there, or the biggest thank you is without you knowing, in bad times for me this season, people have reached out or people have just put up something or put in a witty comment that sort of just renewed my energy or sort of, take me out in a moment and realize just to keep going and stuff like that. Because I feel it like everybody else. So I've at times just wanted to switch off, switch the YouTube channel off while this shit is going on and stuff like that. But, you get so many people to reach out and say, "Do you know what, this would be even worse if we didn't have you guys and stuff like that." So, but I want to make sure people know that it also works the other way around with you guys out there is, you also get us through. And I just want to say a massive thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of that this season, for all of your support. And look, not only this season, but Jack, it's been two and a bit years people have religiously supported this channel, and it is only what it is today because of all you guys out there that tune in worldwide. So I'm going to stop rambling, but that's just my thank you message to you guys. I really do appreciate it all. You have no idea, and it's more than just Tottenham; it's friendship. So thank you.
Yeah. Big up, everyone. Great. Well said, Dave. Really well said. King Huddle in the house. Afternoon, Dave and Jacko. Thanks for all your great work throughout the season. Come on, you Spurs. King Huddle. Thank you for hashtag save Emerson. Probably one of my highlights of this very low light of a season. Very low season, but my highlight of the season, if you missed it on the pre-match buildup, was Emerson's goal against Chelsea. That was my favorite moment of this season. Big up, my man. Lisa's in the house as well. Big up, guys. Hello again. Let's go out with a bang and batter them. Like I said, take somebody down with us. Let's ruin somebody else this season. That's how I feel about it. We're going to bring in Nick in just a second here, everybody, as well. Scooter Reacts. Good to see you, Scooter Reacts. Says, weird watching a game now without you boys in the chat. Big ups, everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Scooter. We have Daniel in here, too. Daniel's definitely stuck through a lot this season. Hello, Jack and Chad. Thank you for, what did you say? Or sorry, lost your comment. Thank you. Thank God that this is the last game. I don't blame you at all there, Daniel. Big up, my friend. We also have John Stokes in the house. Big up, John Stokes. Good to see you, my friend. Paul Beatty highlighted the season. Look at that fantastic new scoreboard. Thank you there, Paul. Thank you, Mayor, my friend. I did it all a little bit too late, I would say. Maybe because it was that terrible of a season. Couldn't even be asked, to try to think about, make things look a little bit better. I was a little lazy, I'll say, Paul, a little lazy. Pick up to bottom Duda. absolutely will be covering the transfer window, my friend. Absolutely will be covering the transfer window. Dave is going to be going fucking hard on it. I'll tell you that. Dave has got too much planned. If anything, I'm going to see how he's going to do it. He's got that many ideas. He's doing great. Big yourself up to bottom dude it. But we're going to bring in Nick in here. Going to send the link over to myself in just a momento here, everybody. What I would say, Dave, is just quickly while I'm sort of stalling. I mean, the funny thing about Leeds is I feel like they've basically put on every single center back that they possibly can, into an 11. I'm pretty sure I'm counting 5 or 6 center backs in there.
Yeah, there's a lot in there, Jack. Look, they've got to keep us out, right? And they know that. They know we're very, very dangerous on the counter. So, at all costs. And look, with Sam Allardyce, it's like the longer you stay in the game, the more chance you have of getting something out of it. And I think when he looks at Tottenham, that's exactly the case, Jack. We've
Mm.
seen it time and time again this season. If you are in touching distance in this game with Tottenham Hotspur, the later the game goes on, you will get something out of this game. Southampton done it. They stayed in the game 3-1. They were just pumping forward, forward, forward. And we as fans, we knew exactly what was going to come. We knew it was going to happen. And, I think Big Sam is playing that, Jack. But also, he's going to look to capitalize on them set pieces. Last week against West Ham, McKennie was launching balls in from the side, from throw-ins. And Rodrigo, that's where Leeds got their goal. Rodrigo coming in late off the big boys, like in behind, and smashing a volley in the net. So Big Sam is going to look to keep it tight, stay in the game, look to get the ball up the pitch, get a couple of throw-ins, and launch them in long. He knows we are not good at defending set pieces, whether it's free kicks, throw-ins, or corners. And that's why I say this game is not a foregone conclusion. Many people are, predicting that Spurs will win and send Leeds down today. It's not that much of a foregone conclusion. We don't even know what Tottenham team's going to turn up today. Plus, even if we turn up for 45 minutes, we haven't done it for 90 minutes this season. There's not one performance where we've put in a full 90-minute shift in both hearts playing the same way. So I think Sam Allardyce is also looking at that, Jack. I think he's probably, one thing big people don't talk about when it comes to Big Sam, Jacko. He was one of the first guys to bring through the analytics in his time. He was one of the first guys. He was the pioneer in that at Bolton Wanderers. That's what made them so successful at the time. Wouldn't surprise me if he's had someone look into it and say that Spurs perform better in the first half than they do the second half. And that's why he's going out with so many centre-backs in the first half. Contain us, and then in the second half, he knows we'll drop off and they'll go at us.
Nick, you're in here, my friend. What do you make of Allardyce's, use of, as many center backs as possible, in the last game of the season? And maybe he, like I said to you in the back end, maybe he's flexing on us with how many center backs he has to choose from. I don't know. What are your thoughts headed into this? Good to have you.
Oh, is he on mute?
Might be on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute, Nick. Can't hear you. Can't even hear that. Look, you tapping on the lovely mic.
Just make as much noise as possible, and then we'll eventually hear you, and then we'll bring you in, and then
we'll go on to
we'll
Adrian
see you
Chia's
then.
super chat. I'll keep an eye on Nick on the background. I'll give him a thumbs up whether I can hear him or not. But we'll move on to Adrian Chia's super chat.
Okay. He says, "Big up, lads! Last game of the season. Fine. Thanks for sticking through all of the draws games with your watch-alongs. Big up, you lads. Sue Levy for emotional. You guys should sue Levy for emotional distress. It's hard to do because I thought we were Levy shills, Adrian. So maybe we'll have to maybe do it the other way around, where we'll invoice him for all the emotional distress. But in all seriousness, my man, I just want to say thank you. Like seriously, like I think in some regard, like I don't know if Dave and I would be really have been able to do as many watch alongs and just be able to do this had it not been for as many people that just sort of stick through it with us. Like whether it be a comment that just sort of gets the discussion going or a comment that just sort of makes us laugh, like in kind of the worst of times. It's been a rough one, and Adrian, just want to say thank you to you. I mean, your scripts have not been kind to us this season, have certainly not been nice. I would appreciate some better ones maybe for next season. If you can have any say over that, maybe you should actually have a chat with Levy yourself when it comes to these scripts, because they're getting a little bit too out of hand. But yeah, in all seriousness, my man, really just want to say thank you for this whole season. Big up, Adrian.
No, 100%. Big up, Adrian, my man. Look, we've had good banter throughout this season. The sad thing is, I just wish that the club and the players and people in and around the club would show the same heart, energy, and passion that Jack, myself, yourself, Sean, everyone around the world that tunes in, that we show. And we deserve a team that matches that energy. Hopefully next season we can get that. But Adrian Tria, big yourself up, my man, and you're another one that's kept me going at times with some witty comments and stuff like that. So, look, like I keep saying, as much as you guys thank us, we it's tenfold the other way around. So I really do appreciate it. And I was just thinking myself, it's awfully quiet. Where's Sean? Where's Mr. Game? It's nice to end off the season with a guy who started the season with us. Well, he's
there he is. There he is. He's in there in front of the Harris Army. Shawnee, you looking forward to ruining somebody else's season? Let's take Leeds down with us.
Oh, Shawnee, are you on mute?
I can't hear Shawnee now. I don't know what's going on.
Nick. I'm not sure what's going on. How do we sort this out?
I'm not sure what's going on either here. Let me just get... But everybody can hear us. I mean, I can hear Dave, right? I guess.
Yeah, I can hear you, and I can't hear a thing the two boys are saying. Do you know the way when you set up the boxes, Jack? Is there a thing where they're maybe?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I haven't muted them or anything. I mean, they've
just work with us, Shawnee. Just work with us, Shawnee and Nick. We will get you in. Do not worry about that. Everyone else saying they can't.
I keep making noise, Shawnee, if you can, or say stuff. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah, you two keep making noise in the back end, and Jack will get it sorted. I'll keep going on here. But yeah, look, massive game today. Let's see what happens. If you guys, are keeping an eye on the Brighton and Aston Villa game, if you could greatly, keep us updated in the chat, that'd be absolutely greatly appreciated. Kickoff is upon us. We are about a minute out. So hopefully we can get the result today. Paddy Higgins says, can hear Dave and Jack. Big up, Paddy. Good to see you. Same as Echo. Daniel Larson. Mr. Janola's in the building. Big yourself up. Scoot Reacts. Kai Balik. Oh, did I hear something there? No, no, I didn't.
Might just have to try to make a different call in just a second. I just got to get the game, kicked off and everything. And I think I might just make a separate call, kind of just start it all over or something like that. Maybe I'll just try that. Just sort of start it all over again here. But it looks like Spurs, by the looks of things, Dave, I did put the match link in there for you if you don't want to lose it. Yeah. Spurs have gone with the last game of the season as well, everybody. We're going to torture ourselves with the swimsuits. That's always fun.
I think I'm in.
Yes.
There he is. I'm hearing something.
Wakey!
No,
there he is.
Can everyone in the chat hear him? If they can,
I didn't do a single thing.
Wakey, everybody!
There he is, baby.
What day is it?
It's game day!
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, Shawnee. Oh, thank the Lord.
People had to have heard
Everybody was desperate for Wakey. Wakey is coming out more than the SPURS right now, everybody. They were desperate for the Wakey. Sean, I don't know. I don't know if you have something else to say, but like I said, are you maybe looking at a fun opportunity to ruin somebody else's season, take somebody down with us?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Why not? I remember I went to see the first time I ever went to Ellen Road was like 1994, and I had a can of Coke thrown at my head from I was about 9 years old, and I had a can of Coke thrown at my head by like a 14, 15-year-old Leeds fan. So as much as I do like the club, and I do like their style of football, and I like their have a go attitude and all that stuff. Ultimately, it would be nice if that man is watching somewhere, and he'd be about 45 years old now. Then have some of that if we send them down. How about that, bro?
That's the
revenge is long time coming. It's slow revenge, slow cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Now we'll see he's the cokehead.
We are underway for people out there as well. But honestly, that's the longest retribution. That'll go into the Guinness Book of World Records, Sonny. Longest wait for retribution ever. I love it.
100%.
Sonny picks up the ball.
Oh, already a little saucy from Sonny.
Sonny's looking to
get the link. Can I get the link to your game, Bless?
Yes, let me give that to you.
Nick, also, if you can hear us, get your ass in the back end. I think we've got the problem sorted, my man. Basuma on the ball to Ollie Skips, gone backwards all the way to Langley, switches across to Davinson. Mr. Sanchez stays on his feet this time.
I think, by the way, the reason why Nick, I don't know if you have sorted it, but I had to go into the audio settings. And for some reason, mine was unclicked. So maybe you got to do the same. Maybe you haven't been. Maybe you're unclicked. They said
You
no
start
audio
out.
online.
You start out muted, maybe for some reason. Yeah.
Oh. Sanchez,
No, I still can't hear him. Still can't hear Nick.
Emerson,
What time are we on? 1 minute 10.
Langley on the ball. Nick, just try. I think what Sean's saying is check the mic settings on just before you come in. Skip out to Emerson. Emerson tries to put one in behind for Pedro Porro, who gets on the edge.
Porro,
What a goal! What a goal!
Oh,
What
we're
a
here to
goal!
ruin somebody else's day today, baby.
Let's have
Come
it.
on!
He's one of our own. He's one of our own.
Oh, wow, that's too quick.
What a goal!
Oh, come on. I'm loving it.
Gorgeous.
That
from
was
the
a
boys.
delicious goal.
Goal 29 of the season for Harry Kane. Let's get number 30. 2 minutes in.
That was
Leeds are going
Sanchez
down.
with the ball over the top. Oh no, it was
I think
Emerson.
Emerson.
Emerson, yeah.
Oh, Emo, you absolute gorgeous man, Emo.
Pedro Porro on the offside trap does well. Steps
Oh,
inside.
good cutback from
Like
Porro
Sonny.
there.
Oh, it's so good.
He's Kane on.
Oh,
Yes, he
lovely
is.
little fly back from a lovely little, yeah, it's just all around. It's lovely. Great work from Pedro.
Your prison, Pedro. Ellen Road is your
Great
prison.
finish. I mean, you had no doubt. Oh, only Spurs would get it. I love
what's
how he's
this
also hugging the
goal?
touchline. Like he's right in front of the referee. He's literally in front of the
The
referee.
centre back. Why did VAR in this? Look at the centre back. He's keeping them all on side. He's
I like how he's in front of the linesman as well. Like the linesman has probably no better view than anybody.
This is a disgrace.
Yeah,
if
like
this is
terrible.
offside.
It's not
Look at
offside.
that guy there. Now that they widen the image,
It's onside.
Yeah.
Get in.
Jeez. I mean, I'd love to know how many clean goals we've had that haven't been just having some 15-second VAR check for them
It's a
to
joke.
try to rule it out. That's the only reason I actually want VAR gone is because it feels like this season, any great goal that we've had, there's always some VAR thing in the background.
It's
a terrible system because go back to the old days. Let the referees and the assistant referees make their mistakes. Human error is a part of life. Like VAR has spoilt the game. Apart from goal line technology, but things like offside, it's just it's a shit show. I hate it.
Yeah,
loud there he is.
Loud there. True. VAR is a disgrace, though. I'm sick of it. It's ruined it. It's killing the passion. It's killing the celebrations, the in the moment stuff. For me, I'm absolutely bored of it. The whole point of it being brought in here was to eliminate human error and eliminate the controversies around the referees. And all it's done is elevate it more, but also turn referees and linos into superstars. And it's an absolute joke. So just banish it. Just banish it. You're seeing them all now getting their hair done properly and all. You're going to see them roll out on Sky Sports and BT now. It's a joke. Anyway, we're on into the good. That's good. Hopefully,
isn't it amazing? We have to wait all year for us to start the season well, to start a game well. Last game of the season where it doesn't matter, we get a goal in 90 seconds.
John, I've had Leicester City vibes about this. Leicester City vibes. Like we're just here to ruin somebody else's day. We're really just here for that. Let's just like, you know what, lads, now's the time to show up. These guys are really desperate for something. Let's just maybe ruin their day as well. Just
my guy's got to go. Harry Kane's down. I'm off to give him a quick massage. I'll be back in a minute.
He's got an Eric Dyer injury. He's got a groin injury.
He's got a groin injury. That's not looking good, man.
For the first time ever, like I'm not that phased.
Okay, Richie's doing his.
He's got a summer
warm up.
No, he's all right. He's okay. Oh dear.
Ripsy says, thanks, Optus. First goal I've missed all season. What were they chatting? Maybe they were, looking at a fan in the crowd. I'm not sure what they were doing, Ripsy. Not good.
I'm just back from dealing with Harry. There's them long throws I talked about. Oh, Jesus, what is that?
That was quick.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I just had to give quick rub on Harry's groin and back.
Had to phone into the net team. Corner for Leeds.
Long throws are going to be dangerous for us.
They have 12 center backs to whip it into.
Wait a minute!
Get out of here.
Go on, Sonny. Get up and challenge. Jump. Jesus Christ, man.
Why does he do that?
I don't get why he doesn't jump. You got to go and compete, right, Shawnee? Am I just asking too much?
No, you're knocking too much, man. Listen, I get it. He's not a header. He's not someone who wants to. And he got. I remember after the Manchester United game this season.
Oh,
Clearance.
thank you, Mo.
Skip got absolutely roasted there.
I remember after the Man United game. I think it was the Man United game when when they did the replay on that second goal that we conceded, and it was him being a coward, like scaredy cat into the challenge. And then they went on and broke and scored the goal. And then all that week, all Tottenham fans were going, Sonny, you're gutless.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
Why are you letting that go over your head? Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God.
You're a center back.
Well, we were afraid.
Look at me. He just lets this go over his head.
Oh, he's
Oh,
so
he's doing,
Sanchez.
Sanchez?
He doesn't
He
even
just
get
lets
off the
it go
ground.
over.
What's his boots filled with? Fucking
He didn't jump.
What did he do? Put concrete in his boots. He's not even off the ground. Jeez, it's such a disgrace. It's a disgrace that he's letting that go over.
Who's going to pay any money for these guys?
Leeds, we're going to concede here. Leeds are on the up now. Look, Tottenham have got their goal sitting in like you always do.
Yeah. I just
But
can't
yeah, but
believe-
so back to the point. So Sonny gets criticised all week for being a coward. The next week, he goes into a 50-50 and gets shouldered in the face and he breaks his jaw.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand. Like he's a little bit tentative to get into headers. It's not part of his game, but little things like that. You got to have a jump, mate. You've got it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
Yeah, drives me mad. It just drives me insane. And then you've got Sanchez who thinks he doesn't have to jump as well. It's embarrassing.
Luke says Villa have scored.
Nah, fuck off.
Who scored?
Villa, apparently.
That's
Does
all
anybody
we-
want to be the agent on that today? Anybody want to put
check
on the
now.
radio? Oh, I mean, at this rate, we're definitely
Oh.
not keeping it 1-0.
I've had a bet. I had a bet that more than 3.5 goals in the game. So
Oh yeah, I mean that's probably actually quite
It's a
clever
given.
considering what it was last time at home, Sean.
yeah.
Wasn't that like a basketball game I recall in the first
I
half?
think that
It
there's been in the last 6
Aston
games
Villa won up.
between the
Yeah, Villa scored
in the
8
last 6
minutes.
games there's
Luis.
been 24 goals between Leeds and Tottenham. Sorry guys, I'm over
Oh,
no,
No,
Sean,
no,
it was a
all right,
basketball
let's
game
go.
last time. Come on.
Oh,
Oh,
red!
who's that? Is that Pedro?
yellow card.
Yes,
That's
good
yellow.
booking. Yeah, no, Aston Villa have gone up there. Luis, that idiot who scores from long range. He's
Good run, long way. Look at him galloping there. Looks good in the swimsuit.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
If I tell you what, if I was to buy one of those, if I was to buy that shirt and then put it on, if I got the sizing wrong, I'd look like a beached whale, like a seal or something. Like
I'm with you, Shawnee. That's why I didn't attempt it this year.
yeah.
Plus, I think it looks like it's been put together by Play-Doh with a kid as well. So
Makes you feel like a marine
terrible.
biologist, like you're about to go look at jellyfish or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a horrible, horrible football shirt.
I don't mind it. I actually was gifted it by my mom, so I had to tolerate it.
I think it's a disgrace from Nike, to be honest.
It's lazy. Nike are very lazy.
I agree, they're very lazy. Wish we went back to honestly, I like who
Adidas.
don't
Yes,
Brentford have
Adidas.
Hubble or whatever it's called?
Hummel?
Hummel, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
need-
Hummel, yeah.
Yeah, Adidas.
We used to
back.
have. Who else did we have? We've had Puma.
Under Armour.
We've had Adidas. We've had Under Armour. We've had Nike.
Under Armour
Yeah,
weren't
we
great, but
had
they were
other
better
ones
than
as well.
Nike.
Adidas are the best though.
Yeah.
Basuma here. Let's see if he can have another great game. He was absolutely saucy last game,
Oh.
Basuma.
Did you see Arsenal's
Done.
jerseys for next season with the gold on it, right? They've got the gold
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the crest and right, and they're trying to say, oh, we're doing it to honor the centenaries. No, you didn't. You got ahead of yourself and you thought you won the league, you muppet.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, mate. That is exactly right. They thought they'd done it.
Switch of play to Mo.
Let's go,
Out wide to
Emerson.
Pedro, his fellow prisoner.
Emma's going forward too.
Oh,
Oh, ref, he's just stopped.
What was that?
I think it was into Kulu there. It was a little. I think Kulu maybe expected somebody to be behind there to
Dummy
follow
to
the run.
goalkeeper.
Drusilla wants Kappa. I can never say no to that. I don't think Spurs
Oh,
have.
Kappa, yeah. They were decent.
Very tight.
There's only so much. There's only so much you can do with. Yeah, sorry. There's only so much you can do with a white shirt though.
True.
And like it's the same with Newcastle. Like, how different can Newcastle shirts ever really be? Black and white stripes, same width every year. Like, there's not much you can really do with it, is there? You know.
Well done,
Well,
Basuma.
I would say Adidas made a fair go of it by putting in the blue and stuff like that, the collars and stuff, little touches.
John Fitzpatrick likes the Umbro. I don't. I love the Umbro. To be fair, it's a good logo.
Oh, Umbro as well. Yeah. Well,
Leeds
we've
are
gone
John.
through them, haven't we?
West the King wants the Kappa as well. Big up West the King. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. He likes the He likes the Kappa. Good to see that.
Oh, Leeds in behind
Leeds
you.
We've gone through more.
Mo. Well done, Mo.
Rid of it!
Oh, my
my
Lord,
God.
Sanchez. Get it off the ground.
He's a muppet, isn't he? He is an absolute clown. Oh my God, I've never seen anything.
I'm glad
like
the
it.
fans
Someone-
just did that to him, to be fair. Like, Jesus.
Someone
I mean,
stick a red wig, red nose, and red boots and send him out there. He's a disgrace.
Does he know he's trying to... Is he actually trying to make it so no one will throw a bid in for him this summer? Like, I think that's what he's been trying to do these past few games. Just make it so that no one
get
can
his
dare
contract
throw in a
torn
bid
up.
for him.
He's the
He's gonna
most
get his
likely
contract
player on
torn
the
up.
pitch to score against us right now.
It's more likely that some of the Leeds players.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Leeds
Oh
are on
my
the
Lord.
attack.
Is there a kit manufacturer we have? I feel like we've been through more kit manufacturers than right backs.
Yeah, we have been.
I don't know. Is there one that we haven't had? I feel like we've had them all.
Footballkits.com.
Has there been Kappa? Kappa has
Yeah,
there
a
been-
while
Kappa.
ago.
Yeah.
Long time
Wow.
ago, yeah.
I would take
Q1
Umbro.
night.
Umbro could be, but I mean, this is the thing.
Umbro.
Those guys don't throw in the big bids like Nike do, so that's kind of a thing.
Right.
Get like Gucci to start making kits and shit.
Ew.
That'd be awesome. That would be
Hugo
awesome.
Boss Tottenham jersey. I cream myself.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
Lacoste.
I don't think
Oh.
Spurs would ever do that. Oh,
Lacoste.
bad one on Mo. Sir.
Sergio Tacchini.
Who's this guy? He thinks he's in the mafia. Look at him. Stave his hair as well. It makes his head look tender.
Loves music, says Nike are dead to me. Man to model a sports bra.
Oh my God, he couldn't get any more hold of Kulu there if he tried. Even his missus doesn't hold him like that.
We've never had Reebok, John Fitzpatrick said. That's a good point. Bolton Wanderers. Whenever I think of Reebok, I think of Bolton Wanderers.
Yeah, the Reebok Stadium.
Yeah.
I just fell out of love with Nike, to be honest. Like, I think as a kid, I really liked Nike. And then I think since like high school, it just kind of never really really liked anything Nike. I think ever since then, to be honest, loves music.
I can't stand Nike. I don't own any Nike at all. I can't stand them. Never wear them.
Oh, lovely
Let's
from
go.
Kulu,
Oh, what's
sir!
Oh,
Oh my God.
Throw the cards
that's-
out. Thank you.
it's
We'll have
little
another.
moments like that.
I think
It's
actually Nick
delicate.
ordered
That's why-
a yellow
that's why
card
he
as
got
well. I
some.
think we need another yellow card for the table here, sir.
Leeds are done here. If that's their second booking. If they get one more before halftime, they can't do that again. They're done.
An order of yellow cards for the table.
It's a good game of football, though. It's enjoyable.
Geez, at this rate, Leeds will have more yellow cards than points on the board.
Yeah.
Do not.
I really am shocked though by the Sam because like with Sam's lineup, he's like he has 4 center backs back there, and then he also has 2 center backs in front of those 4 center backs, and you're just sort of thinking to
Yeah, it's
yourself
weird,
like, who in this team can actually do anything on the ball? But we're that bad that we could still concede to them. So
That's shocking by Skip. He just ran into trouble. He got to learn to be better on the ball.
come on, Sonny.
Let's go, Sonny.
Put on
Come
the
on.
Jets,
You got
baby.
space,
Give me a
mate.
step over.
Love it.
Go on, give me one.
Dave,
His
for you,
first
Sonny.
touch has been so much better. It feels like the last 8 or 9
Yeah.
games. His
Yeah,
first touch has just been like light years better.
I think he's a bit more confident though, isn't he? You know, when you feel that confidence, you know. It's
Maybe
all-
he isn't
everything
also
becomes
doing
natural.
the same thing every time. Like he's able to, sometimes he picks it up with his back to goal, but sometimes he's not, and maybe that's what's helping him. He's allowed to do various things. But it's good to see that his touch is bang on.
Kulu picks it up. Let's go. Come on, Kulu.
Could I never actually got your take on this in the previous in the We Are Tottenham TV show, Dave, and I want to ask Nick and Jack as well because I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you guys all in favour of paying for Kulu? Get it done, yeah? Or you not?
I am. I'm 100%.
Yeah.
Plays in.
Yeah. I think he's just had a bad, we've been through a shitty season, man. And, nobody knows what the direction is.
Mhm.
So you
I
want
think-
you
I think
want
it
us
would
to
be
pay
a
up for him, yeah?
Yeah, I think it would be a mistake not to take him on full time.
Same.
Oof.
Well done. Was that Bissouma?
Yeah.
Well done, Bissouma.
Ooh,
Love that hair. Love
changed
that
the hair
hair
today. I like it. Old school.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's his
But
beach
Will-
hair.
The Fresh Prince of Bissouma.
Jacko, you keep it Guru?
I think for the price as well, like it just seems silly to try to, already give up on a guy that produced what was better numbers than even Bukayo Saka could produce like in half a season. Like that's where
Every
we're coming
time
from.
he touches that fucking sorry, Jack. It's
Ollie
know,
Skip
I
is
mean,
all over the place again.
Games. I think we should this game's actually a bit end to end, to be fair.
It's a great game of football. Let's
Pretty
go.
hard.
Let's
Harry,
go, Harry.
get there.
Oh, short.
Oh, he's absolutely plowed into him. You'll have to see it.
That's what I want to see. Retribution. Harry Kane's going to be a star of the new Essex Boys movie.
Oh, Anthony Taylor getting his last little housery with Harry.
Straight at. No one else can have a man bun. Look at that. Straight through the back of a man bun.
He's had a real howler.
He's
of a
too
season.
old for a man bung.
Yeah,
Ailing's 35 years old, mate. Once you're past 30, once you've got a 3 handle on your number, you can't have a man bun anymore. And I'm talking to Danny Kiriakou as well, mate. You're too old for a man bun. Sorry, there's a rule. They're the rules.
When we were doing the pre-match build-up thumbnail, Sean, there were so many like just stray hairs that I had to get rid of, that were just, kind of annoying, with
Last season, everyone in Leeds had man buns, though.
Yeah, they were the microbrewery team.
The joke. It's like McGregor's hairdresser was around the place.
They were the hipster microbrewery team last season. That's right.
Oh, well done, Lingley. Look at that. Calm and composed. What the fuck is that?
What was that?
Poor.
Rodrigo.
Why do I have a feeling he's going to score today? Here we go. Another long throw. Sam Allardyce reinvented himself as the new Tony Pulis.
Just scored. Smith.
Weston McKennie, I think,
Smith,
does like these long throws.
Weston McKennie.
Goes for like a sidearm.
Oh, we win that. Well done, Sanchez.
I feel like his throw is slightly illegal. Weston McKennie's, but that's just me. Because you don't see people like, sort of cock it to the left, like that. You see people usually just go still for kind of the straight up. Yeah.
Nick, you said Brighton scored.
You know what? Now they're saying it's offside.
Oh,
He's looking at the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at the live score too.
Where are Brighton agents? Where are the Brighton agents?
They have not
Everybody, we
called
need
it
her around the
offside
ground.
yet, though.
They
They have not called it offside yet. No.
Brighton are on the beach.
Emo here.
Stick a rock.
Nice little pass in a Kulu. Sanchez.
Where is the game? Is that Brighton? Is it at Brighton or at Villa?
No, it's at Villa. Yeah.
It's at Villa. Yeah. Makes it even harder.
Davies over the top to Sonny. Cleared away.
Yeah, offside.
Them balls wouldn't be as bad if Son actually tried to compete for them.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Oh, well done, Bissouma. Show him who's daddy.
Get picked.
Daddy Bissouma.
That's it, Bissouma. That's it.
Sir.
To come across from left back to do Davies' job.
They're going to go in for another one.
Yeah,
Get them all in there.
I was saying this to you, Jack, beforehand, and Sean on the pre-match build-up on Mirror Top TV. This is going to happen today.
We should put a toll or something, like in the box for how many center backs, are having to move up and down.
This is what they've done against West Ham. They got a lot of joy off it. They caused a lot of problems. Look. Ball bouncing around.
Oh,
Well done, Skippy. Right.
Oh, lovely
Oh,
touch. Put on the burner, Sonny. Get there, Sonny. Get there, man.
Sonny, go.
Oh, he sold him short.
Terrible pass.
Go.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Such a bad pass.
Oh, Pedro.
no.
Kulu.
That is shocking by
That's
Kulu.
been
That
his
is
season.
so
That's
bad.
been his season in a nutshell. Yeah.
Wow, that's bad.
He does exactly
Brilliant
this the whole
brilliant
season.
from
He'll have a
Becky,
great first
and then
moment,
awful
and then
from
he'll
Becky.
just won't have the final ball. The final product played it really early.
He's left it behind him. He hasn't put enough pace on it. You've
I don't
got
know
to.
why he plays it with his right. Well, if he
It's the
does,
way
I mean,
the
it's poor.
The way of the pass is the problem there. It's shocking. That's got to be 2-0. See, these are the moments that we haven't been able to really capitalize on this season, that you take the game away from your opposition. No, don't let him shoot.
Oh, my Lord. He got good hit with that.
Fucking hell, he caught that one. Look, Sanchez
Well,
thinks he's a
Sancho.
man.
Yeah.
Thinks he's the boy.
That should be a goal, though.
himself
When
a new
Dave, you're right.
contract.
Just on that, though, because that should be a goal. Like, you look at the probability of that, like, and also just the fact that these are supposed to be, near top class strikers. Like, I mean, that should be a goal. You can't waste those.
Should be dead and buried. Good block there by Sanchez, to be fair. Thinks he's the man, though.
Yeah, that was a hell of a block, man.
Give him a new contract. He's what we're missing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Do you know what? A few weeks ago, I would have argued with you on that, Sean. I'm just not beyond arguing anymore with this team.
Ribsy85 says he did a thing.
Tottenham get the ball again. It's a goal kick. Look, see what we can do. Build up from the back. Look, Harry Kane's been away. Look at that tan. He hasn't got that in the UK. Surely not.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, if this team has already been on the beach for, about 5 or 6 games this season, I feel like there needs to be a minimum beach time period or maximum beach time period this summer where they can't be on the beach too long because they've already been on the beach half of this season. It feels
No,
like.
unless he's on the sunbeds.
He's got a sunbed on himself.
You don't know, lad. He might be looking at them pictures that Spurs are using to put out beside the lineup and going, I look a bit pale there. I need a sunbed.
A lot of them are on the sunbeds. A lot of them are on the sunbeds for sure.
Would you do a
James
sunbed?
Madison's always on sunbeds. I've got a sunbed.
Oh, lad, why aren't you on it more?
I don't, because it's bad for you. I've had it since it's been in the house for like 30 odd years, but I think it might even be in the loft now. Don't use it, but yeah, they're terrible for you. Do you know when I lived in Australia, they banned because of skin cancer in Australia. They actually banned
Terrible touch, son.
suntan beds, and then there's like an underground, like a black economy, like an underground economy where people have them in their house, and then they'll rent them out for like $30 every half an hour or whatever. So it's like a weird,
yeah,
weird little underground system.
Basuma's
like
just so tidy on the ball. So tidy on the ball.
Oh, well played. Who was that?
Well done, Harry.
Kane, well done. Sonny.
Cheers, Sonny.
Well
Into
done.
Basuma.
So controlled, Basuma. He's never really like flustered, is he?
Oh, that's the right word. Yeah, he doesn't look flustered.
Look at that. 2 people around him, and he's just so. If that was,
But he's willing to turn there. He's willing to turn and look up. A lot of people would say Skip and Højbjerg, right? Sometimes don't turn there.
Now he's starting to just dictate. Emma, go for it, kid. Go for it.
Come on. There you go, Emo.
Basuma in a 3. It works.
Yeah.
Is he best at the base of midfield? Is he best as the deepest midfielder? Is he best as sort of like, long? Oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
Good win, Davies. Good win.
Come on, Harry.
Up for debate in the summer.
There, Dave.
I don't know where he's best at, to be honest.
Yeah.
Suma again here.
Let's go.
He just cuts them out. He cuts the space.
Lovely.
You can't get close to him. Them
Stretch it.
ladies midfielders cannot get close to him. Even when they do, they're just sniffing him. They're asking him what aftershave he's wearing.
Long way. Harry.
A very ambitious ball there from Harry. Way too ambitious. I like the ambition. It's too much.
There you are, Emo. Good touch.
Let's stop pissing about and go and get the
Emo, man.
piss about.
Got to turn the right way there. Got to turn backwards.
Jesus Christ.
Godfrey says Villa are 2-0 up.
Oh, fuck off. That's sad. Basuma. Out wide to Sonny. Oh, this is opening up for a shot on the right, kid. Basuma. Kulu.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Oh, it's better. Oh, that's good football by Tottenham. Good pass by
nice.
Kulu.
It's playing between the lines. It's nice.
I was going in unless that Leeds player got his blood foot on that. Changed the direction of the shot.
Good from Basuma. I think Basuma's been superb.
Yeah, he's been very calm on the ball. He's that calming presence. Like when we haven't had that, Højbjerg and Skip look very rushed and erratic at times.
I think we've got a player in there for next season to look forward to. It'll be like a new signing.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It would seem silly to write him off after one.
Oh my
Oh.
lord, who is Miss fucking me? Jesus. Honestly,
Borrow.
half of these guys need to go to the bloody opticians. They do. They're
I
fucking
mean,
jumping for headers and they're about 10 miles away from the ball.
Is that Pedro Porro, was it? Look at Sanchez's position. You're all over the place, mate. Oh, it was Emerson. Fucking hell, Emo.
Jesus
All good
Christ.
opticians. I don't think Brighton want to do us a solid, Ripsy. I really don't. I think
No.
after how
No, I don't think
we
so.
done them over, I think they're probably happy
Zerbe's
to
still
lose.
pissed off about that Stellini.
When he said against Arsenal, he said, "Turn up against Arsenal, go to the beach against Villa." That's what he said. Don't even show up against Villa. Show up against Arsenal.
Their players would have been on the piss all week, though. Let's be honest about it.
No, yeah, but yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, Ollie. Do something, mate. What is it?
Oh, play him, 4-0. Switch a play. Great touch from Longley. He is so good on the ball.
Let's go, Longers.
Soon I hear.
Sanchez. Langley, give me a pinger. So controlled, Basuma. Everything he does is just perfect today.
Even one day.
Where's this football been all year? It's nice. Like I can handle watching Tottenham if we would play like this.
There's no pressure on them.
Composed.
There's no pressure on them.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what.
right. Oh, speak to
Aston Villa. They probably heard that Aston Villa 2-0 up, so they've no pressure on the line.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't. Last week against Brentford, we were good first half and we capitulated second half. So, there's still opportunity for that to happen. Go on, Basuma.
There you go. Lovely pass.
Get Kuno and Son outside. Let's go.
Come on, let's use this one now.
Like a choo-choo train. It's
great
Sonny.
pass.
Pulls it back. It's gone out for a corner kick. I'll do.
Put it out too wide though. It's a little bit more linear.
Good breakaway, Basuma. Well done. Good pass by Basuma. Gets us right at that Leeds back four. What was Sonny trying to do?
It's a beautiful thing to see. Sonny at full sprint trying to overlap someone. It's a beautiful thing to see.
That's what he's best at, That's what he's
so
best
fast when he gets going. Yeah.
Corner kick here. 5 bet. Sanchez scores.
Come on, Pedro. Get an assist, please.
He's about to run this yard. Who runs the yard? Porro. Who runs the yard? Porro.
Look at him, Pedro.
Here we go. Go on, Basuma. Give him some volley. Overhead.
All right.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Unconvincing.
He gets so right.
Who's that? Davies.
No, this is Longley. One animal Longley. Show him the weight room, son. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so good on the ball. He's so good on the ball.
Basuma.
And on Mo.
Emma go. Out to Skip. Skippy the kangaroo. On to Pedro Porro, the prison yard. Come on, Tottenham. Let's create a bit more. All this possession, it's huffing and puffing. Let's go. These are there for the tanking.
Oh, Pedro, nice little flick.
There
you go, Mo. Sir!
Yeah, come on.
The yellow card, please. The yellow card there.
Pull out.
Look at that hairline on Harrison.
Yeah, he looks great in the swimsuit, Mo does. Sir!
That's a yellow. That's a sharp hairline on Harrison.
That's argued. It's a very sharp cut, isn't it?
It is.
I think he has a live-in barber. I think he has a live-in barber, a live-in sports, therapist or whatever. A live-in.
He wouldn't
physical therapist. He has like a live-in. He has like 3 live-in mates. He has. It's like he's got a mansion of people, for his daily needs.
Taking care of him. It looks like he belongs in the Greece, like like the. Hey, Kaniki. We'll call him Kaniki from now on.
Sonny, he's pulling him back. He's pulling Sanchez back there.
Oh, referee! No, that's right.
Big up, Leighton Evelyn. Good to see you in the house, my friend.
Good to see you, Leighton. Hopefully you keep it well, sir.
I've just realised, Jack, that your last name is the same as a character from Greece. I didn't put two and two together before.
It's quite random. It's
Afro.
unintentional. I think it was changed at
Yeah.
Ellis Island, actually. So they must
Oh,
have been Grease fans before Grease was invented. You know, the
There you go.
Harrison on the ball here. It's gone to a guy that wants to be in Greece. Christensen. Come on,
Cooper.
Tottenham, don't start this shit early. It's a ball in. Well dealt with, boys. Skip. Gulu.
Out of the way, ref!
Well done,
Kulu's just
Gulu.
mixing them all for fun.
Oh, well done. Langley.
And
Davis.
Ambasuma.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
yes.
that
Oh,
turn!
gorgeous.
It's so nice.
Oh, that guy would give the FBI the slip. It's unbelievable. Ducking and diving like that. That's a thing of beauty. Oh my god.
We're all having a party.
Sir!
How many more times is he going to let Harrison do this without booking him? Oh, it's Rodrigo. Oh, they're taking it in turns. They've copped on.
He's a genius at it, really.
He seen it coming, didn't he? He went to ground very easy there.
There is such an art form to it.
You wonder if they hurt themselves more throwing themselves to the ground than they actually do taking contact. Because I can tell you now, when you're playing out there on bone dry pitches, you know, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot more when you fall than it does taking contact.
Maybe you have to really then, you know, since they're so good at it, then they just know how to fall on the right bones, you know, and the right muscles. You know how to roll. That's why they do the roll, though, as well, right? You have to roll to sort of brace the impact a bit further.
24Z saying Bissouma is a player. He 24Z saying to me earlier, Sean, just don't go after Bissouma. I don't know why he thought I was going after Bissouma anyway. Bissouma's a really good, like a mate of mine almost in the Tottenham squad. Big fan of his. I'm a big fan. I call him Blissuma. Is what I call him, Blissuma.
Or Bamusa, Sean, after Musa Dembele.
Bamusa. Yeah, I do as well. Let's go, Skip. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up.
There you are, Harry. Oh, see you later.
Oh!
I need to go and change my undies.
Harry got a little
Drag
excited
back
there.
flick.
He got a little excited after doing
It's
that.
always the final ball. The final ball. Just letting us down a little bit.
Yeah. I need to change my whitey tighties after that. He completely done him there. Oh. I don't like this backing off, sitting off shit. It really annoys me. Like, we've got nothing left.
Leicester staying up. As it stands, Leicester are staying up. Everton are down. Leeds are down.
Ooh, what's the score of the Everton game? They must mean they're losing. Or
0-0.
Leicester are winning.
0-0.
Leicester are winning.
Yeah, Leicester are winning.
No. Don't let McKennie shoot.
Oh.
It's corner kick, is it? Goal kick.
Yeah, Everton, it's 0-0. Everton are drawing, but Leicester would go through on or stay up on goal difference.
Fucking hell. They're one up, Leicester, are they? Who are they playing?
West Ham.
West Ham.
Oh, West Ham will be on the beach anyway. They're waiting for that Europa Conference League final.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if Everton didn't get a result, some sort of result against Bournemouth.
Win that.
In fact,
Win that.
no, they'll need to win.
Sure.
They'll need to, yeah.
Yeah, Everton need to win, yeah.
Who would you rather go down?
That's a good question, man. Yeah.
Leicester, because I mean, don't they kind of hate us for some stupid reason that I don't really understand? They kind of give us a lot of shit.
I don't know. Maybe
We were the
because
team
they
that was
won the
we were the team
Yeah.
that competed with them for their title race. So I guess they just see us as some sort of like made up rival. Like,
Yeah.
and also everybody hates Spurs, so I guess they've just decided to join in on it.
Yeah.
So I would say I'd be happy to see Leicester go down. Never really had much of a fondness for them either.
And plus, you can decimate their team by some of their players.
Yeah, it makes James Maddison a little cheaper for us. So
Leeds
Would you take
behind
anyone else?
corner kick.
Harvey Barnes.
I like Tillemans. I'm not sure.
He's a
I'm
free
not
transfer.
sure whether I want to take the punt on him or not, because there's a lot to get that guy going again. It does look like he's got a severe attitude problem at Leicester when I watch him play.
He's got no pace anymore either. He's got no legs at his age. So if we're playing a high line,
no.
Thank you, Tree.
Well done, Forestry. Done well to get. He needed to get his hand on that. I was dipping under. 2 players going towards that as well. Yeah, well done, Fraser. Man mountain. It's another set piece here, though, for Leeds. Can Tottenham deal with it? They're changing the... Oh, my God, that's shocking. No wonder why they're going down.
Right.
I'll put on the Jets here.
Go, Sonny!
Oh, go on, Sonny. He's
Come
on
on,
it.
son.
Oh, he's got there as well. Time to get the ball.
Play someone. Play someone.
Oh,
Play someone.
lovely.
Oh, beautiful hold-up play by Sonny. Where was that earlier on in the season? That's class.
Nice
Yeah,
pass, long way.
This is why I'm going to miss Tottenham. Even though I can't wait for the season to be over, even though I'm watching a dead rubber, to us, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
I'm still 100% involved, and I'll be very bored this time next weekend. Oh, go on. Oh, get there,
Sonny.
Sonny.
Well done, man. Give it to Poro.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Emerson.
Emo.
Poro, go on,
Coordinator.
deliver this. Skip. Basuma, he wants to take control. Look at that.
Suma ends up being a pass.
Oh, no!
Was he shooting or passing?
That was the worst part. That was the worst shot I've ever seen. That was definitely a shot. That was definitely a shot. He's definitely having a crack there.
He's having one of them
That was
games.
like Lo
He
Celso
can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Big up Rory Woods. Big yourself up, my friend.
Big up. Good to see you in the building. Jano says, damn, I wanted Leicester to go down. Adrian Parker says, everything first time down will be wonderful. Big up Rory Woods. Great stream as always, lads. Hope everyone is well. Good to see you, Rory. DJ Samuel Everton playing a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. Big yourself up, my man. And Derek Hutchins says, everything.
Oh, get it. Oh.
Ooh. Leeds are knocking on the door here. I don't like this.
Everybody, if you could smash that like button, though, as well for us, if you can. Ooh, wow, that's too close.
See that Leeds fan trying to push it in, pull it into the back of the net from behind the goal.
What a love.
Twerk, you're going down. Enjoy it, you sucker.
So I'm telling you, it's nice to bring somebody down
with.
with us. It's nice to ruin somebody else's season.
It's just nice to have something to crow up.
Oh, look at that from Bissouma.
That's quality.
Nice.
So good.
Oh,
Emerson.
Emo.
Come on,
Gorgeous.
Emerson, there you go.
Get it in. Harry wants it. Oh, what play by
Oh.
Bissouma? He's balling out this half. He's just dictating the game.
He's having a wobber. A wobbly.
Did they get that guy from Salzburg over?
Steve D, the midfield is looking gorgeous, my friend. I think that's
No,
also
that's-
because Leeds are a much, much worse team, but it absolutely is because Basuma is back into the team playing confident.
Skip's
Ollie
actually had a
Skip
shit
is
game, in my
fuck.
opinion. Basuma's been unreal.
Yeah, Skip.
Basuma, he can do it all on his own. He's literally is kind of doing it all on his own, to be honest. It's
Skip's been
impressive.
good.
It's probably worth it is worth turning on. Steve D. it's
2-1.
worth turning on.
2-1. Villa 2, Brighton 1. Brighton are back in it.
Brighton scored. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Serby's pissed.
Come on.
His team is so
Yes,
good they can even
Basuma.
score unintentionally.
Oh,
They're
Red!
scoring unintentionally. Oh, put him down long way.
Oh, little magnet. Fuck off. He's just jealous because he's got more hair than him. That's all. That's why.
Look at his boss straight into him.
I guess
There's
you're
no
allowed to get
difference.
Human bumper
There's
car.
no difference between those two challenges. That's a fucking outrage, ref.
Jesus Christ. Look, he's asking Harrison where he got the hair transplant. Turkey, if you want to know. You just text me, twerk. You don't need to fucking blow the whistle to ask.
That's hilarious. Ribsy apparently was calling Brighton a bunch of names, and now he's like, he says if they get the draw, I take back everything. Pick up Ribsy.
Come on, Brian. Get us another goal before halftime. That'd be awesome.
Can I ask everyone in the comments? I'll wait until after this free kick. Hang on.
Harrison.
Deliver. That's cleared. Well done. Right, Sean, now's your opportunity. Now your window's opportunity. Go.
All right, everybody in the comments, smash your number 1 if you want Tottenham to qualify for the Conference League. Smash your number 2 if you don't. I want to see what the gauge is like.
And
1
once
for
you've
Conference
done
League,
that,
2 for no Europe.
And once you've done that, smash the like button. And also feel free to start getting in your thoughts or your opinions for the halftime discussion. You really want to help participate in the live one, feel free to make it super chat and stand out and make sure we cannot miss it. Here we go. It's a long ball in by Leeds. It's 1. Oh, no.
Oh, Spurs can still concede.
Come on.
Go on,
Stay
Sonny.
outside, Harry. Watch.
On to Kane. Back to Sonny.
Oh, Sonny!
Oh, he doesn't go again. Go on.
Nasty.
Oh, what a pick. What
Oh,
a pick.
on him. Jesus Christ, I was about to get out of my chair for the first time all year.
Ripsy says I want a third option.
Oh, it's another ball.
Oh! Fucking hell, this is a close game. It's a good game of football.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Well, what's the majority? Ones. I think ones is the majority.
I'm
What was one
looking.
again, Shawnee? Wanting it?
One is one's wanting it, 2's not. So
Chris says
Jeez,
I want a
pretty
coach.
pretty split.
Nice.
Nice.
I'd say
keep-
one's are probably doing it. Yeah, one's
Oh,
probably,
well done,
one's probably just getting
Kulu.
the edge.
That's beautiful. By
Come on,
Kulu.
Emma, work
Let's
those.
go.
Keep pumping,
to
Emma.
Paros
There you
sprinting.
are.
Yeah,
Get your reward, baby.
Oh,
Oh,
Emma!
Ah.
You got to put that across first time. Did he take a
Corner.
touch there?
Got a corner. Basuma's having. I can't wait for Basuma. Like, it feels like a new signing for me. It really does.
it
Yeah,
does,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's been incredible today. It just does show that the levels between a Skip and a Højbjerg compared to a Basuma and a Bentancur. Like Bentancur, Basuma's ran this midfield on his own today. He's ran it on his own. Skip has been non-existent.
Fully fit Bentancur, fully fit Basuma in a 3 with, I don't know, somebody
Maddison.
else in there next to him. Yeah, or exactly, yeah, Maddison. And then ask Basuma to play the 6. Fine with me.
For me,
Is he- Is Basuma monster enough for you, Sean? I know you.
No, well, I
you're
don't
all
really
about-
know what. Yeah, I don't know. This is one to discuss probably throughout the summer. But like, I think he could be that monster number 6. But I don't think he's not like a Casemiro monster. He's not like a
Right,
Rodri monster.
right.
He's not really like that kind of machine. So I don't.
But
really
he
know.
does
He's
have a
he's
little
an eight,
bit
isn't he?
more than. Yeah.
I don't know. If we're gonna have a back 4, I'd love to see someone come in like a Polinia. I think we're gonna miss out on Ugarte, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Polinia might be up for it.
He signed for Real
And
Madrid
then-
in my football manager season. I was pissed off.
Who
Ugarte.
did he?
Yeah.
How much did he go for?
30 million.
That's cheap.
Can Spurs? I think Spurs need to get a goal before halftime here.
Yeah. You know what's
Yes.
going to happen in the second half, don't you? We're going to drop off completely. Leeds will come out and dominate the game.
Because Big Sam definitely has a bottle of red wine for himself at halftime, and he might give him
Well,
much
you'd like
better.
to think at some stage, Jack, he's going to take off all them centre backs, right?
Yes, 8 attackers, no center backs on the bench.
I'm surprised that he
Take
didn't
him out.
start Somerville or Noto, Ganoto,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'm very
you see
surprised.
one of those two running at Sanchez. You know,
I'm surprised he hasn't got one of them down our left to run at Davies. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They'd roast him
Yeah.
on the outside. Maybe Big Sam's not as
Yep.
clever as he thinks. Maybe he's losing his marbles.
here comes the big throw again. How does this guy generate so much whip out of, like, he kind of throws it like with a bit of a twist, doesn't he? Like, he kind of torsion.
Honestly,
Yeah, it's a weird throw.
I've seen some of the most crazy throw-ins come out of America. I think there's one. I actually think it took place in American college football where the guy like runs, does a flip over the ball and just launches it as he's coming back.
Oh
up.
yeah,
It's
I've seen
unbelievable.
that. I've seen that. It's mad. Yeah, absolutely mad. Does like a handstand with the ball.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You only see that shit in America.
Yeah,
Don't you,
exactly.
boys? Don't you, Jack?
You only see that.
Don't you? Be
You
honest.
only
No.
do see that in America.
Yeah, pretty much. We got to add something to it, otherwise the MLS is just boring.
Throwing some gymnastics in there as well.
Uh,
Basuma. Oh, somebody's got to be there for that saucy pass. Jesus, Sanchez. Why is that so? Oh my God! It goes out for a corner. Oh my Lord! It goes out for a corner. He is
Don't
useless.
shrug your shoulders.
Is it just me, or
That's
is he
the best he
actually
can do.
just becoming
Apparently,
embarrassed?
that's the best he can do.
What the fuck is that?
There's literally
my
no one
God.
there. There's actually you weren't
You
even
see him, though?
challenged.
It's what he does after. It's like, yeah, what do you want me to do?
Oh,
Lads,
well,
get the
yeah,
ball
what do you want
straight,
us to do?
dummy.
There's one striker you had to deal with there, and he didn't even challenge you.
It's like, what do you
Joel
want me
coming.
to do?
Oh
It's like,
no!
There it is. Oh.
but it's like, what do you want me to do? And it's like, well, first of all, I just want you to kick the ball straight. I mean, you know, it's like, I'm not asking you to fly to the moon and build a rocket. I'm just asking you to kick the ball straight. It's actually embarrassing. It's actually gone past hating him. It's actually just embarrassing towards me now as a Spurs fan. I feel hard to wear this on my chest with him too. It's hard. It's embarrassing.
Jeez, we
I think I don't know if we'll
concede
get
so easily. Sorry, Sean.
I don't know if sorry mate, I was talking to you as well. I don't know if Sanchez will have his contract torn up. Good off. But I do think he could end up going but I think he'd be in a slower game, a slower pace. I think he could resurrect his career to some degree.
Yeah, just not the Premier League. He's not Premier League footballer. You know,
No, he's not
if he was
Premier League
playing in La
standard.
Liga, he'd probably look a lot better because he's got a lot of time on the ball. In Premier League, you ain't going to get that.
Well, half time here. I guess Spurs, in some sense, are still trying to go for the Conference League. I mean, it was a saucy goal that we scored. Absolutely loved it, but I think there is still a chance that we could concede. I don't really rule that out. I think Leeds could actually score at any stage, and I think King Hoddle actually put it in the chat here. Will Spurs become a zombie 11 in the second half? That also remains a possibility. Like, how often are we really, a convincing side for the whole 90 minutes? Will we kind of lose that bit of that energy? Will we lose a bit of that sort of, I guess, what did you call it? I guess bliss or, from Basuma? Will we lose a bit of that calmness? I'm not so sure, but I don't know. What do we think, Nick? Do you think they're actually trying for the Conference League?
I mean, we've had to sit through this entire season, and we can basically write the script ourselves at this point. I don't have no confidence that we're going to not concede. However, we are seeing a different midfield than we've seen, and it's because of Basuma. It's because of the quality on the ball. It's not just we're out there trying to destroy and hope for and then hoof it forward and hope for the best. We've got somebody who's making things take over. That gives me a lot of hope. That gives me the hope that, okay, maybe we can have some forward momentum going into the next half. That's what I'm putting all my money into.
Sean, do you think there's any hope that Brighton get something back against Villa? And if they did, do you think Spurs are going to try to push for the Conference League? Do you see any sort of effort from them today? Not that it really matters. I think that's a different conversation because we do feel hard done by, by them. But I don't know. Do you feel like there's a semblance of hope today for Conference League?
Yeah, listen, it depends if you want it or not. Like I think we asked the panel there, and the comments, and it looked like to my eye, it looked like a pretty even split. So
it is.
Yeah, look, I think that Brighton will come back. Brighton are a very good team, and Villa are a very good team at home. Don't know what's going on in the game, but it's 2-1. Could easily get to 2-2. Tottenham though could be 2-0 up if our final balls were a little bit better. We've had 2 or 3 chances where we've broken really well. The midfield and the forwards have started the move really quickly, really well. Great first touch, creating space, and then just that final ball hasn't been hit hard enough. Harry Kane was guilty on one of them. Decky was guilty on another.
Yep.
And I forget who the other one was a mistake by. But yeah, this game could go either way, and I think obviously the Brighton game could. Like I say, I don't personally really mind. I don't mind if we're out of Europe, and I don't mind if we are. There's reasons to. There's pros and cons to both setups. So
it shows the level of interest, though, Sean, like with Spurs fans, and I think with the Conference League, it clearly is a divisive sort of competition where you will have people that will be happy to be in anything, but then you have people that are definitely not happy. I think it's literally an even split pretty much at the moment, in the poll that we have up there. And of course, that's not like in any way a real gauge of, any, real sort of sample size of the Spurs community. But the fact that it's split even amongst this people who watch,
Wow,
the
51,
who
49.
do the watch-alongs with us. I mean, 50% of them wouldn't really even wanna be in a conference league to watch these sort of games, with other Spurs fans. It says a lot, about that competition, I guess, if only 50%.
You've got to be in it, right? If you're in it, you've got to go for it. The one thing I think would be the worst case scenario, and it would probably be typical Tottenham, is for West Ham to go and win it next week or in 2 weeks' time, and then
Ask
Tottenham
them
to be
then.
in it and then get dumped out. That would be so embarrassing. West Ham to win it, qualify for Europa League, and then Tottenham get into it and then get dumped out second time of asking. Like, that'd be
The funny
terrible.
thing about that too, also with West Ham, right, is that they were almost near relegation, and then if they were to win the Conference League, they then qualified for the Europa League, the spots that we've been, kind of foolishly competing for this whole time, making a mess of ourselves. Whereas they've, put all their heart in that competition, and they might get the rewards. Not saying they have yet, but Dave, for you, I mean, do you want Conference League, and do you think they want Conference League, the players?
Do you know what? Oh, I do want Conference League, but if I say I don't, I have a feeling it's going to work out in my favor. So no, I don't want Conference League, Jacko. No, I do. Deep down, I do. I've always stated, all season long, I maintained that I want European football at all costs. It's sort of like I don't like the attitude that we're like, oh, we'll take a break from Europe. You don't take a break from Europe. Europe takes a break from you. And it's like if we don't get it, how long will it take us to get back there? You've got other clubs that keep doing things the right way, and they've already closed the gap on us in a short space of time. And if we continue to do things the wrong way, that gap is only going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So for me, I just hope this season isn't the last season we've seen Tottenham in Europe for a number of years. I would like Europa Conference League because I'll be honest, I'm going to sit there next year watching Aston Villa in it, and I'm going to believe that it should be us. How the fuck are they in it over us? For me, especially where they were for a large part of the season until Emery came in and sort of sorted them out. You got to remember this is a team that they were fighting with Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard changed captain. They were in turmoil, and then all of a sudden they pulled together and made a great go of it. And there's no way from how they started the season to now that they should be in there ahead of us. But it's a sad state at times. But yeah, I would love European football. I want 2 games a week next year. I don't be sitting there twiddling my thumbs on a Thursday night.
No, neither do I. But the interesting thing is, like you said, is that Aston Villa, how are they even there? I think they're there because they clearly wanted to be, pushing as high as they could, in the table, where it felt like once Spurs maybe fell off of those Champions League places, it really didn't seem like we wanted it really anymore. We didn't have any sort of drive, any sort of passion like we've seen from the other teams competing in and around those places. When you saw Newcastle, the way they came out of the gates against us, the way Liverpool came out of the gates against us, all these other teams that actually were basically competing for the same things we were, actually showed real passion, actually showed real drive. Whereas this team seems like they couldn't be asked to even try to finish in a Champions League place. They couldn't be asked to finish in a Europa League place. I'm curious to see if they will show any passion today to try to finish in the Conference League. It's obviously way, way too late, but I don't know. It's an interesting one for me because also, Nick, what I would say is Dave brought this up in the pre-match buildup. This Conference League, the players, they kind of turned that down basically under Nuno. They kind of put up a bit of a fit saying that they weren't happy to be part of a B team or they weren't happy to be going to these various clubs on a Thursday night. So that's another thing too, is like, does even half of the squad want to be in the Conference League? Should they be picked for those games? So that's another thing too.
Well, you know what? It's that half of the squad that's been the problem, been dragging us down for
Yeah.
lay on low these 2 seasons plus right now. I think having Europe makes it just a little bit more appealing to a manager coming in, and the better the manager, the more they're going to want to play in Europe with Harry Kane if he stays in general. It's just about making this club more appealing to the new signings, more appealing to the manager, more appealing to the people we want to stay. It's just there's a big difference between 7th and 8th place, man, and just how it looks to everybody else.
And look, realistically though, guys, we've only got not us fans. Them players, the club itself, have only got themselves to blame. They were in top 4 up until about 7-8 weeks ago. For the majority of the season, despite how poor we were playing. And how you can fall from there all the way out to outside of Europa Conference League is absolutely shocking. And quite frankly, it's embarrassing that we're sitting here on the last day of the season hoping Brighton can do us a favor. It's absolutely embarrassing. To people out there, though, Make sure you are smashing that like button, guys. Let's get the likes up on this stream if you're enjoying the convo. But also, don't be afraid to dictate that conversation by getting in your super chats with your thoughts, like you done on the pre-match build-up, and it was a great show.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially if you have a passionate opinion on the likes of the Conference League, feel free to let us know. I personally don't think there's any competition that we should think should be beneath us, but also I think it's one of the more realistic ones, for us to try to win. I think there's actually weirdly a better, if you really put your heart in it, I think there's a better chance of actually winning a Conference League than there really even is an FA Cup or even a League Cup, because in a League Cup you are going to eventually come up against a Man United, a Liverpool, a Man City, a good team. Whereas in the Conference League, like, no offense to the competition, but the best team that West Ham have pretty much come up against is like an AZ Alkmaar or whatever, in that sort of
I
space.
mean, if West Ham can even get to the final, for God's sake,
That shows it to you.
See, this
And
is
they've
what
been freaking awful.
Yeah, but like Nick and Jacko and all that, this is what annoys me a little. It's like, let's take a break from the league and go for one of the domestic cups. But Jack, you're spot on. It's easier to win a Europa Conference League than it is a domestic title. At some stage, you're going to come up with against a team against Chelsea who we just do not beat, especially away from home. You're going to come up against a Liverpool, a Man United, a City. You look over the years, a lot of them teams have predominantly made the finals, and somewhere along the line, you're going to come up against them, whereas a Europa Conference League is actually easier to win than a domestic trophy in England at this moment in time.
Let us know in the chat, everybody, what you think on that. Is the Conference League actually an easier competition to actually really push for as a trophy? If you really are to put because that's what Spurs are I think there should be in that sort of mindset that they could be willing to sacrifice sort of maybe some league positions in order to really push for a trophy of any kind. It doesn't need to be the Conference League. It could be a League Cup. It could be an FA Cup. But in my opinion, I think the Conference League is actually an easier competition for Spurs to really push for, if they were to really go for it. But if that's not the case, let me know, everybody, because also, let's be honest, it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of sort of unexpected opponents that you might not know too much about either. So there's that. Steve D says it's nothing to do with being entitled. We are better off not getting Conference League. We clearly don't have a big enough squad to try for the top 6 and travel every Thursday to various places in Europe.
I can understand that, but I get what Steve is saying, but I do feel like it is a bit entitled to say, no, let's not get Europe. It's like that, for me, that is sort of entitlement. It's like, I don't like that. If you qualify for Europe or you don't qualify for Europe, fair enough, but we should never sit there and go, no, we don't, we want to sacrifice or that. For me, I do find that a bit entitled. But look, I need to go and get a fan because I'm sweating more than a pedo in a Barney suit at kids' play party. So I'll be back in 1 second. I need to set up a fan here, guys.
Sean, do we have a deep enough squad to even go for a Conference League, as much as some of us might want it? Like, can we handle competing for the top 6 as well as going to various places in Europe every Thursday night? Do we have a squad for that?
Well, no. So this is the thing, right? That's sort of the pros and cons are kind of, like I say, not sure where I land on it. Basically, the pros of being in Europe are that you do offer a pathway through to the first team for. If we are going to do it, I'd like to see us do like an 80-20 rule. I was saying it on the We Are Tottenham TV thing, where you get like 8 of the players that are first teamers that are established that take it seriously, and then you bleed in 3 players from the youth team, the likes of whoever it might be, one of the Craigs, one of whoever, Albie Devine, Harvey White, whatever that looks like, right? And so you give, because otherwise you end up doing what we're seeing happening with Mundell, what happened with Lavinia, what happened with Mark Candy. Like, these players, if they can't get any access to the first team, they want to go, and it's proving to be a problem. It has been a problem, and you can't really do it any other way. So, well, you can do it in the FA Cup or the Conference League if you feel confident, but I don't think that Tottenham ever do. So there's the benefit of doing it that way. In terms of the rest of the squad, I don't think we have a good enough squad to compete on Europe and also in the league. But I'd imagine that by the end of the summer, in an ideal world, you'd have done the clear out of a lot of these players, and you hopefully bring 5 or 6 players in. You hope so. However, there is also the argument to say stay out of Europe, and then you can shrink the squad. Like, you can tear up more contracts. You don't need to worry so much about. And when we don't have the huge budget that we hope that we would normally have, I don't think you'll find that we do have a massive budget this summer. And so, on that basis, I don't want to see Tottenham have to go and spread it around 150 million on 7 or 8 players. I'd rather tear up as many contracts, sell as many players as you can, raise as much money, and then go and buy 5 really good players and not have to worry about competing on Europe. So therefore, you can just focus on having a core tight 22 or a 21-man squad and fill the other 4 places up with youth team proteges. So, like I say, there's 2 ways you can look at it. Both arguments, in my opinion, have merit. I don't really mind whichever one it is, but if we do qualify, I do want us to take it seriously. But I also want to use it as a situation where 2 or 3 players from the youth team every game can be bled into the system, so that they can have their minutes, prove themselves, and then also it sets like a precedent that young players don't have to worry that they're ever or never going to get any minutes at Tottenham, which I feel like is currently the problem.
I think that's probably, and to be honest, Sean, I think that's more or less what Nuno actually tried, but the squad didn't want that. Like that was the funny thing too, is that
Well,
he
but
tried to do a version of that. He played like Brian Hill, he played like Sessegnon, he was playing a lot of Doherty.
That's the problem, though.
Yeah.
It was the B team. He treated it was like the worst way to do it. He left the A team at home, took the B team with him, and the B team were like, well, I now know my place in the squad. Well, I'm not advocating for that. I'm advocating for a mixture of first team players with some rotation, but then also 2 or 3 youth team players. But I want us to take the competition seriously if we're in it. But I thought that what Nuno did was the worst of all worlds. I thought it was disrespectful to the competition. I thought it was disrespectful to the youth team. And I thought the B team players felt disrespected and then showed their level of professionalism there, us getting kicked out of the competition.
In order to achieve what you're saying, right, that good sort of 80-20 mixture, do you feel like you need to just sort of ask the players, almost like kind of interview kind of like them, like just sort of ask them straight up, like, is this something that, you know, you would give your all in? Is this something that you would be willing to put in the extra hard art, the hard yards, the extra nights, when on planes and being tired? Dave said maybe some of these guys don't actually want to really travel to wherever on a Thursday night. They'd rather just spend it with their misses. I mean, that sort of kind of questions, like they have to make sure that the guys actually want it, that they bring on those teams.
The thing is, though, once you get into that realms where you're asking the guys, you're back to them running the club, you're back to them running the situation, you're back to them dictating everything that goes on. For me, you tell them, you give it your all and we go and win this, or there's going to be repercussions, there's going to be consequences, you could be out of here in the summer. For me, if you start giving the players the power again, we're just going to keep saying the same old shit. I agree with Shawnee that Nuno sort of made it known they were the B team. And look, I look at it on 2 ways. You can moan and cry about it and try and get a manager out, or you can knuckle down and try and get into his team. Now, if you've got a player who knuckles down and wants to prove him on getting into his team, that's the guy I want around the club. If you're getting guys that are sulking and going to Daniel and getting them sacked, I want them out. Because sometimes, especially in elite level sport, it's cruel. You got to be cruel to be kind. Sometimes you just have to be cruel to be kind. Not everything can be fluffy, airy. You're doing great, pat on the back, not going so well, but look, keep going and stuff. Sometimes you just got to be brutally honest. Sometimes you just got to tell them. That's my opinion on it.
But that's why you need a manager who has that relationship. That's why I'm disappointed about Arne Slot. From what I heard about Arne Slot, he had his main first teamers. He did rotate the wingers quite a lot because they weren't particularly great. But he had this relationship with the players where he was like, right, you're going to be on the bench. You're not like, you're fighting for your place. However, you're so important to this team. And it got to the point where when the people on the bench were celebrating a goal being scored, they were celebrating like they were fans. Like the best managers we've had have been people like based managers, like Harry Redknapp, Martin Yole, arm around the shoulder, giving players a hug, making them feel like they're welcome, they're wanted. I know the game's just started, so I'll shut up now. But the worst managers or the managers that haven't worked out recently, Nuno, Conte, and maybe Mourinho's a bit different, but Conte and Nuno, all the rumors were that they didn't really have relationships with the players, and that's the problem for me. I feel like if you want to have this kind of like get behind the team ethos, then the manager needs to be part of that and like distributing that role to the assistant manager. I don't think is something that I like. I want to see a manager that's more invested with the players and the relationship. Sorry, I've been rambling and we're into the second half.
No. I hear you. First of all, has someone got the commentary on?
Yeah, I do hear something in the background.
No.
Now we're all good.
Okay.
No, I do. I think there's like an echo or some. I have someone.
There's an echo on the on the mic.
Oh, okay. Langley into Sonny. Let's see if Tottenham can start this half brighter, and let's go and get a few goals end the seaseason. Well done, Harry Kane. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
Porro!
It's Pedro's
over
prison.
here, Porro!
Pedro Porro.
Who's prison?
What a
Who's
man.
Pedro's prison?
Prison number 216. Come on.
Who's the
Grabbing
daddy?
the goals. He's
Pedro's
grabbing
the
the goals.
daddy around here.
This is
Oh,
why I think we were even
Porro.
saying he plays ahead of Kulusevski because he's grabbing goals and assists, Pedro Porro. I mean, you can play him as a right winger.
The Pioneer strikes again.
Great finish.
What's going on with Tottenham? We're starting first half and second half as well. What a flick by Harry
Kane
Kane.
doesn't. He
Get out of the way,
absolutely
ref, by the
doesn't.
way.
And he gets obstructed by the referee as well. The referee and the defender trying to obstruct him. Look at that. Give me that. Get off it. Come on. Look at that.
Beautiful.
We're going to run your yard, Porro. Oh, Porro could be
He's
off there.
onside as well. He's timed the run perfectly. One touch, straight in the back of the
What a
net.
finish.
Come
If
on.
you had any doubt, who
Wakey,
runs the
wakey,
net,
Leeds.
if you had any
Wakey,
doubt who runs
wakey.
the prison yard, you know who it is. It's the Pioneer.
Now, come on, Brighton. Do something over here. man.
Postman Porro starting to deliver UK wide yet again.
I think Pedro Porro now is our joint third best goal scorer. Is he?
Goal scorer?
Yeah.
He's only been in half a
He's
season.
only been here for half an hour.
That's horrible.
It's madness, though, when you think about it.
What a legend, Porro.
Oh, Leeds fans are not happy. Look at that.
Who are they singing at?
I think they're singing "Get Out of Our Club."
Who? Sam Allardyce.
I haven't a clue, lad.
He's only been there 30 minutes. He's been there less
Oh,
time
well done,
than,
Porro.
That's a
Wait.
great finish from Porro. I think he really can play right wing.
Yeah.
And he also has that left foot.
God.
He loves to go for those little left-footed curlers as well.
Yeah. Come on, Brighton. We just need Brighton to come to the party.
Ribsy says, come on, Brighton, you feathered rats.
Pedro Porro.
I'm looking forward to how he blossoms next season and whether he can build on what has been, I would say, an
He loves it.
interesting,
Yeah.
time at Spurs. I think he just shows that he's very good
an
going
energy
forward.
guy.
He's just very good
Yeah,
going
Yeah,
forward.
he's-
Go on, Sonny. Sonny wants his goal.
Let's go,
Sonny,
Sonny.
don't lose
Running
his
into no
ball.
man's land.
Ref, he's just
Ref.
trampled on him.
He absolutely just whipped his legs away.
He's not a fucking trampoline, for fuck's sake. Now Leeds are coming out.
Outrageous.
Now they're
They
trying.
go. They're going to play one. Yeah, they've still got 84 centre backs on the pitch, but they're all playing forward.
How's he not got Ganonto or Somerville on yet? It's unbelievable. Oh my lord, they are so bad. They gave us
Well
a better
done,
game.
Emerson. It's a corner. No, it's not. It's a goal kick. Well done, Emerson. Watch a grease lightning.
Heads up. He's going for the real. He's going for the
Yeah,
real
he-
parched. He's going for the real parched impression here.
Yeah, he is. He's gone for
Christensen.
the crowd pleaser. You know, who wants to be the biggest crowd pleaser on
Yeah,
the
he's
day?
really trying to earn his move, to another Premier League club with all that yelling.
Yeah.
Oh. Honestly, though, what play by Harry Kane to get away? And assist Porro.
Yeah, it was sensational.
It's unbelievable. I'm gonna have to.
Why can I hear
I'm gonna have to
myself?
sort one out to that later.
Weird.
Just
Oh,
don't
look at that
freaking concede
challenge.
here, man.
That's it, Longley. Was that Longley or Davies? He smashed him. Davies, I think.
Hey, Jack, how's the timer doing?
Luscious. Jacko, you're on mute.
Time-
Yeah, Jacko, I think you're on mute.
I just muted
Time
myself.
was way
yesterday.
off.
Thank you, Nick. Sorry about that. I'll fix it.
No worries.
Oh, Emerson.
Let's go, Ped. Oh, Emerson. Corner. Ooh.
And I didn't even change
No!
the score. I'm having a real howler. I'm taking a vacation.
You're allowed to, Jack. It's the end of the season. Players were on it 8 weeks ago. Thank you for waiting 8 weeks, Jack. Come on, Tottenham. There's another 3 or 4 goals in this for us. It's a deep ball up to the back post, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Leeds really are huffing and puffing with no gusto.
See that, Leeds fans? One of you threw a Coke can at me about 30 years ago.
Likely still in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Sean? He'll think about that tonight. You know that. That'll come across his mind.
Yeah.
Like, I
Never
wonder where
forget.
that Spurs fan is. Is he laughing at me?
Yeah, I am. Is the answer.
Go on, win that. Well done. Here we go.
Let's go, Harry.
Oh, yeah, too easy.
Oh, look at it.
Oh,
Oh,
Turned into Usain Harry there. Bolt Kane.
Goal and assist on his.
He needs
Season
one more to
finisher
reach
for him.
30 this season. I want him to get it.
What, 30 goals? Or
Yeah.
30 goal actions? Yeah.
30
How many
goals.
assists he got?
Don't know. Oh, Porro.
Oh, Pedro!
Nicky.
Oh,
Look at him. He's smiling. Look
Pedro,
at him.
he loves it. He loves it. Yeah, I love him.
Smile
He's my
for me
favourite
again,
player.
Pedro. Give me a little wink. Come on.
Gordon Strachan. Was crack-a-lacking Gordon Strachan?
He must be their new manager next year, is he?
He must be 75 now.
Yeah, he's getting on all right. Here we go. Beautiful ball. Oh, no.
oh,
Do you know what the sad thing is for Leeds? We haven't even tried this game. We actually haven't even tried. We haven't got a first gear.
Yeah. Win that one.
Kwakulu.
He's got a bit of a leap on him, you know, for a little man.
Yeah, he gets up. Leeds
Man
go
United
on.
are winning 2-1.
Right there.
United are winning 2-1, yeah. Not that that matters. That's a dead rubber.
Deal with that. Deal with that, Emo.
sir. Mo, gotta do better, man. Be strong. Good block. Oh no.
Oh, well done. You blocked that. Skippy. They're just going to throw everything in on top of us now. It's back post.
Oh no.
Oh,
Good block, long leg.
good save, good save, good save. Druzilla, is that true? Was that Donatello Versace you was stretching?
Who?
Are you making? Was that a joke?
It's going to kick.
Clear.
Delivered.
There you are, Sonny.
Sonny. Let's go.
Come on,
Put
son.
on the Jets,
Let's go,
baby.
Sword winner.
Oh.
Leeds looking to pump it in the box again, and it's blocked there by Basuma. It falls to one of them on the edge of the box. He
Ailing.
hasn't popped. It's blocked. Back to Fraser. That'll do. Go down. Go on.
Good
Go down.
job, good job.
I think Longley's had a King Huddle saying sign up Longley. I think Longley's had a good.
He's had a good game, man.
I think he's not even had that bad of an end to the season. To be fair, I think he's been
Where's
one of the
Shawnee
better
gone?
performers.
Where did Shawnee go to?
Not sure.
We lost him for a second. He's taking a dyer.
Oh, lovely, sir.
No, let the play go. Come on, Skippy, release.
Come on, Poro.
Out.
Basuma back to Emerson. Emerson.
Oh, Emo,
Oh,
tidy boy.
Back to Sonny. Back to
Lovely,
Basuma.
Mo.
Nice and calm in there.
Come on, Brighton is right. What the hell is going on with that match?
Big up, Jacob. Good to see you in the house, my man.
Good to see you, my man.
Am I
Sonny
back?
picking up on the ball. Oh, Sonny's back, is he? Yeah, he is.
I don't know what happened. I was talking to myself for like 10 minutes. My internet dropped. I was like, what's going on? It's like, oh, guys, oh, come on. And then
Oh, that's hilarious.
after a while, there was silence. I was like, I must be kicked out here somehow.
Dave will leave the StreamYard and do that sometimes.
He's making a number of changes here, though. What's that? 3 bodies getting ready to come on?
Yeah, he's got all the strikers and attackers to pick from.
Everton
left
have
them all
scored.
on the bench.
Everton 1-0 up.
Everton have
Everton have
scored.
scored.
Down for Leicester. Yeah.
Look at Robbie Keane on the Leeds bench there. So Everton, that means Everton are staying up.
Everton are up. Leicester and Leeds down.
Sean Dyche strikes again. It's a good corner.
Market.
Oh, Basuma.
Mark, you're saying
Stop it. Stop it.
Sanchez.
Sanchez! What is Sanchez up to?
Sanchez. I'll go back to what Jack said earlier on the season. Sanchez is better up in the other half than he is back down in the centre.
Yeah.
He's not a bad player away from his own box.
Yeah.
I think he's
Mark,
really
you're saying
he's really gotten his position wrong his whole life by the looks of things.
There's Levy out chance at the ground.
Yeah, you can see that was always going to happen today, regardless of the
Yeah.
result.
Well, now that also the Leeds
there? I haven't
Leeds
heard any.
fans, now that the Leeds fans are probably quiet as a
The
library.
Leeds fans are singing Levy out too, huh?
I haven't heard any Levy. All I can hear is
They have
when
nothing
the
to
Spurs
cheer
go
for
marching
anymore.
Are you saying, Johnny?
Sorry.
I don't think I'm in the stream still, unless I am. Am I?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am now. Sorry. But I haven't heard any Levy out chants at all. All I can hear is when the Spurs go marching in.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
There might be Levy out chants, but I haven't heard any.
Might be
Clear
Leeds
that.
fans, yeah, singing Levy out. I think that's what.
Yeah. Imagine.
That'd be funny.
Jesus, Arsenal absolutely hammering the Wolves.
What's the score there?
4-0.
Too little, too late for them.
Well,
Big up Drewzilla, big up DJ, big up Yano.
Big up, everyone. Appreciate you joining us on this Sunday. Oh, Tottenham, don't do it now. Don't start playing shit now.
Oh,
well
lovely
done.
Poro.
there you go.
Kulu.
No!
I'm
Poro
Skippy.
again.
Was that Kulu? That was Kulu.
It was Skippy with the pass,
Shit.
I think.
Close him down, Skip. Get out there, Davies.
Decore for Everton.
Oh!
That's Sanchez. Good defending. Kulu. Go on, Kulu, get it. Oh, come on, Brighton. Please, please.
Please.
I'm
Pretty
begging.
please. Dave just, it doesn't
Oh,
matter whether it's
Medford
good for Tottenham
Messi.
or not. Dave
Medford, New
cannot
Jersey
stand
Messi,
watching
Shawnee.
Tottenham only one game a week. Who's that? Who is it?
That Brendan Aronson kid. He was good for 4 weeks, and then
Oh yeah.
he disappeared for some reason. I'm not sure why, but yeah, the Medford Messi.
Medford Messi.
Did Weston McKennie sign for Leeds on a permanent deal, or is that a loan? Permanent, right?
Permanent, yeah. He'll be straight out of there again.
I don't want him.
No,
No, he's rubbish.
No,
wrong
he's so
decision.
overrated. I think
Bad
he's really
decision to make.
overrated.
Robbie Keane doesn't look too happy on that bench. Probably chanting for Robbie Keane to come on, them Leeds fans. It's ball over the top. Go on, Sanchez, deal with that. Well done. Skip. Kulu. Tottenham throw in again. Team
I'm
Leeds
so
just-
glad we didn't buy Weston McKennie. So bad,
Yeah.
so glad we
hell
didn't buy
yeah.
him.
I was expecting more out of him when he moved to Leeds, you know.
I think he's bang average.
If he was really worth it, you think he would give a much better
Come
effort to
on.
stay up.
There you,
Oh, bodied. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's not like he
Rubbish
would have
team.
single-handedly kept them up. You just think you would have
Yeah.
heard a bit more about him.
yeah. Well, Leeds starting to play a bit of ball here.
yeah.
Uh-oh, that's a goal. That's a goal.
Well,
Oh.
Fraser. The big chest freezer at the back. Well done, Fraser.
Freezer at the back.
That was a nice ball to the back post, to be fair, but
Oh,
well done,
good block,
Poro.
Pedro. Clear MO. Why are you trying to get under
Another
control?
opportunity. Back post.
Clear
Well done,
again.
baby.
Thank you.
Go on, Skippy. Come on, Tom. Let's go get 3 and 4 here.
See Kulu, man. See Kulu.
Long life forced to go long.
The fuck was that?
Let's not just start hoofing it, just playing
Yeah.
long
There's
ball.
Sonny.
Try to. We cannot.
Somebody,
do that.
don't
We
let
gotta
him.
go for the third right now.
Well done.
Yeah. I agree with you, Nick. That we need to cut out this long ball shot.
Oh,
there you go.
Longley! Longley, sir!
That's so rare.
He
What the hell?
absolutely
Longley belongs to the streets.
Oh,
He's from the streets.
oh, that was saucy.
It's insane. Wait a minute.
Oh, that was class.
You know, maybe Longley's playing the wrong position, man. Maybe Longley needs to be in midfield.
What if we have
What
if we have a bunch of center backs that are just not good near their own goal, but they're better away from it?
Yeah. Put Longley in the 10, put Sanchez in the 9, and we'll see what happens.
Do you know what, though? There are a lot of Premier League players or players that have gone on to be class in certain positions that didn't necessarily play that when they were growing up. Like Jamie Carragher was a striker growing up.
Talk about Emerson, right?
Yeah.
No, but just like most defenders in general, like a lot of them don't actually play in defense growing up.
Believe it or not, Emerson was a number 8.
Oh, come on!
Sal's coming on.
Oh, come on,
Daddy long legs.
Let's go. He's got a ball out.
I hope
God,
he's
that was
coming
Hoiberg
on for
giving him a place
Skippy.
there.
I hope he's coming on for Skippy. Get to see Basuma and Papa Matasar together would be sick.
Yeah, it would
Daddy.
be nice to see.
Daddy saw. Daddy saw.
I hope he balls out for the last 30 minutes.
Pedro got a little
Pedro's
got injured in the yard.
Yeah.
Took
a bump in the yard. Took a little shank in the yard.
Tala Ahmed, member for 13 months. That Langley skill was so unexpected. Wow, Tala, it was a sign of absolute beauty, my man. I loved it.
Sign him up.
I genuinely, I've been saying this quite before, at least half a season. I'd make it permanent. I like him.
I think Longley, I think everybody just doesn't look at how good he is on the ball. I think he really is exceptional on the ball. He's our best center back on the ball. And we need people. That's been our biggest problem is our center backs not only can't defend, but they can't pass or do anything with the ball either. And at least with Longley, we know he's probably a guy that can really break teams down. You can't really press him. He's actually, I would say, pretty unpressable in the way that he's able to handle himself, under pressure. So I don't know. I think he's not by any means the best defender in the world, but he is a good player on the ball, and that can be useful.
And the thing is, as well, I would say, we are looking to turn to be a more progressive team, a better team in possession, a better team on the ball. And he fits that mold. I get there's going, he's been caught out at times this season, and some people have questioned his defensive abilities, and I'll take all that into consideration. But I do think if we change the way we play next year and run the ball a lot more, I think you'll see a lot more from someone like Langley and even Romero.
Tala says he's underrated on the ball. I completely agree. I think he's underrated.
I just
Emo. Oh, what are you doing, man?
What was that?
Emma, you had green grass. You had green grass ahead of you. Take it all the way.
That was a no-look lob. Look to see where the keeper was. The problem for me with Longley is I agree with everything you're saying about him on the ball, but if you're going to play a high press, high line, if you're going to have a manager that wants to play a higher line next year, he's too slow. Unless you have someone like Man City have got Kyle Walker, who's got that unbelievable pace, who can get across and cover for the centre-backs that don't have it. So we need somebody in the back line who has incredible pace to be able to get back and cover. And we haven't got one. There's not a single person in our back line who's blessed with pace.
Yeah, I hear that. But, I'm not saying sign Langley and stop at Longley. I'm saying sign Langley and also bring someone else in here on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need
if you can get Langley for 10 to 15 million, I would much rather bring him in and have him around here as a squad player. And that frees us up to cancel a Sanchez contract, to cancel a Dyer contract,
Yeah.
Daniel Larson says, Shawnee and Dave and Nick, if Longley is good enough, then we are where we deserve to be.
Yeah, but he's not. It's not like we're saying he has to start every match and he's the answer to our problems. So he's okay when we need him and when we need a good ball playing center back. You know?
Considering the
But
levels of backups we've had in the past, he's probably would be the best backup we've ever had. You would
He's
say.
our second best defender in the squad as we speak today.
I'd let go of if you can sell Joe Rodon, if you can get rid of Sanchez, tear up Sanchez's contract and get rid of Eric Dyer, and then bring in permanent Longley, and then also bring in 2 more centre backs on top of that.
Yeah.
Like get that Lucaba, Castello Jr. from France, and then bring in someone with real pace, and maybe that guy from Benfica that I really like, maybe the guy Silva, maybe the guy. Yeah, there's
chance
loads
here
of
for
them out there.
Leeds.
Oh no!
Chance here. They scored.
Oh, they're back in it. They're back in it. Harrison, a little twerp. And we've just made a change as well. Papa Matasar out for Kulu, which means, and I could see Papa Sarr holding up the 3 fingers, which means that we've gone to 3 in midfield. So I expect the last 23 minutes of this for us to sit back and soak up and try and get the win. No, in our look now, Brighton was scoring.
Davies again, man. It's just Davies defending against him, and Buemo wasn't great, and it's not great defending from here there.
He gives him too much time on the ball. He's too much distance.
He's doing what Dyer does. He just seems to just stand in front, but he never actually makes a tackle. He never actually really goes for it, and he doesn't seem to understand like Dyer does that when a guy's in that sort of position, he's going to shoot. Like the angle is there for him to shoot, so you have to make sure to be able to stick some sort of leg out in order to try to win it or make a crucial block. His with Buemo as well. He just was always way too far away from him. He was never close enough. And I think there, for the most part, he was probably close enough, but he wasn't actually doing anything. He was just sort of standing in front of him, and it was a good finish.
Tottenham are going to crumble here. You know that.
We've got no pace.
I
don't know why we'd
Yeah.
I think we should be. I think we should still be on the break. Like, who are we going to break with now? Sonny. That's it. We got a chance to break. Don't forget, boys and girls, I got a bet on that we're going to get more than 3.5 goals. That is sacrament. That's the most important thing here. I need to pick up my 75 quid. Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
What we were making.
Wakey!
Papa Matasar.
Oh, what a header!
What a header,
Pedro! Make the right decision, man. Oh, what a gorgeous pass. That's perfect pass. That's in the back of
the net, baby. Pedro Porro have got a little bromance.
What a header by Sarr to break that away.
Freeman, 30 goals. 30 goals. Thank you, Tequila. That's 30.
Oh, he's hit the big 30.
Yeah, goal number 30. Well, first of all, just let's break down this goal. Papa Matasar, that header to get the ball to Porro to break it away was superb. Porro does absolutely brilliant. Bit what Kulu should have done in the first half, the right way on the pass. And it's Harry Kane. He's so composed. It's actually illegal to be that composed. It's not right.
He's with him hitting 30. Him hitting 30 is ridiculous. The fact that 2 players in the same season are above 30 goals is ridiculous. But the fact that he's scored 30 goals in what is a terrible Tottenham Hotspur is more impressive than what Haaland has done, in my opinion. It's far more impressive. Scoring this many goals for a team that's this shit is impressive. But it's just impressive. And he's, like I said, when you think about it with Harry, if I recall, he hasn't had too many hat tricks or anything. Like, it's just sort of been popping up with 1-2 goals like every single game.
Yeah, 1 goal a game there. Yeah.
It's not like inflated by like a 4 or 5 goal game.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean.
Hey, Sean, how much do you win?
How much are you winning?
I got 75 quid plus my stake back, which I think was 35 quid or 40 quid. So nice. Yeah, it's a nice little nice. Well, you know what? I would say going to pay for my curry or my alcohol, but I'm not drinking any alcohol. I haven't for nearly a month now, and I haven't had any takeaways for a long time either. So I guess it's going to go to Bugsy. I'll go and give her some bones or something.
Or you could order up a nice salad, an exotic salad, Sean, that lead, you know.
Said nobody ever.
Well, you know, I can throw order up a Caesar salad sometimes.
Not
yeah,
spending
Dave, let's be fair, the
Caesar
chips are
salad.
still to the side.
Yeah, what I do get is chips with it, to be fair, but kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. Now, listen, what I was going to say was Pedro Porro and Harry Kane are striking up a wonderful little relationship. It would be such a sad thing to see that relationship over too soon.
But I feel a bit jealous, though, to be honest. Like, I never, I wasn't asked, can we make it a trio? So,
Yeah, you love Pedro Porro, Dave, but is he maybe cheating on, is he sort of trying to
Stepping on the toes a little bit.
is he
Yeah.
stealing your man? Like, you're getting a little jealous.
Look, I'm just gonna have to create a group chat with the boat in a minute and be like, "Look, guys, what's going on? Who's cheating on me here? It's not right. But, maybe they might accept me in the trio."
Daddy long legs with the head as well for that goal. It was lovely. Lovely.
Any update on the Brighton Villa game? Anybody?
Still 2-1.
I mean, still 2-1. Yeah.
Fuckers. Leeds fans on the way home. They're done. They're off to the pub to cry.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Win that. Oh, Papa Massar is beautiful. Go on, Sonny.
Oh, you really had to jump and chest that.
Fuck me, Skip is so bad on the ball.
He is not tidy, that is for sure.
Oh, God, I'd love Harry to get a hat trick today.
Oh, Harrison's he's getting stuck in on him as well. Well done, Harry.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, Skip is really bad on the ball.
He's atrocious on it. Like, even look at Papa Massar. Comes in, controlled header to Porro. Skip wouldn't do that. Papa Massar's come on and already made a show of him within 2 minutes. Win that. Well done, Mo. Go on it again. Steamroll him.
Nice.
I only won. I only won 25 quid.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
I thought I put more on it. I only put 20 quid on it, and it came in at 5-4. So I won 25 quid. Still better than nothing.
If there's anyone out there that has a good bet for Sean and it needs to come in quick, a good in-play bet, let us know. We need to double that.
Yeah. Run it again. Let's run it again.
Daniel Larson, member for 13 months. I am sorry, but Kane needs to lead this summer and win how many trophies he can before he retires. He's world class. I hear it, but I think we've got to. I don't think we literally understand, how tough it's going to be without him for a period of time.
I think he's maybe more speaking for Kane personally. I think Daniel Larson speaking like, if I were Harry Kane, I would leave to go win the trophies.
No, I get it. Look, like I said, if Real Madrid come calling, he's gone. No one turns down Real Madrid. No one.
I would, if I were to muddy the waters, though, Daniel, I'd say at this stage where Harry Kane is at his age, doesn't mean anything to win, like, would maybe just winning a League Cup, a Conference League, and maybe, let's say, if he could win one trophy with Spurs, would that be worth it more to him than going to another club and winning a La Liga or winning I think a Champions League for him, actually, to be honest, would be what he absolutely deserves. But this is what I'm curious, like, what means more to him, winning any trophy with Spurs or winning a Champions League with someone else or something like that?
Right. Okay. How about this one for you? Because I was having this conversation on a different channel a couple of days ago, and the other two that I was on with said I was insane. If the only option for Harry Kane is, if he's going to leave Tottenham, is to go abroad. If Daniel Levy says you can leave for 100 million or whatever, but I'll only accept the money from a club overseas, would Harry Kane sacrifice his Premier League record right now to go to Real Madrid if this summer was the only chance to do it? And
Sonny still has it. He's holding on to him, man.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, he can swap the jersey after the game.
Porro's just playing dimes. He's so dangerous.
Yeah. Okay, that attack is gone now. Oh, right there. Oh no, it's not.
I'm out turn.
It is. So, is it dead? It's dead. The attack's dead. Do you know what, Sean? I do fear if Real Madrid come calling, he's gone. No one.
He'll sacrifice his Premier League record to go and win a La Liga.
I think so.
Really?
No, I
don't know, man. I disagree.
I said he wouldn't. I think he's so close to the Premier League record. He's been chasing it for his entire career. To give it up now and to let Alan Shearer hold on to it. I don't know, man.
It's hard to know what.
You guys had this debate a while ago, and the whole Shearer question, I think, really says a lot about it, because what do you remember Shearer for? His league win with Blackburn, or do you remember him for being the all-time goal scorer for the?
I think you remember him for being the
So-
all-time goal scorer, personally.
Yeah, that's true. He is remembered more for that than when because the Premier League at Blackburn was very early on in his career. He's not really remembered
94,
for that.
95. 95 season, I think it was.
Great
Yeah.
performance from Basuma today.
Yeah, and
Well done,
Sonny
Biss.
got taken off as well. So that's Richarlison on. Who else is coming off?
Bissouma.
Well done, Bissouma. What's
Great
on his
performance from
Bissouma.
Basuma. Probably one of the men of the match, I would think.
Oh,
actually.
it's
Oh,
Craig.
you got the kid. Craig's
coming
coming on.
Oh,
Do you know
There,
what? I'm
Matthew.
absolutely. Do you know what? I'm absolutely buzzing for the kid because he's still out the bench a lot this season. I'm buzzing for him. He's been on the bench quite a few times this season.
Well done, lad.
Oh, look at him. He's on his instructions.
He's already
Maybe
telling
Poro
me-
has.
imagine
Does
he start-
Poro
imagine
have
he
any
starts
instructions
barking.
for him?
Yeah.
As well, you're in prison. You're in Poro's prison yard, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the
Oh.
governor.
24Z says Basuma man of the match. Nick and Sean, would you agree?
Basuma or Poro or Kane.
Basuma or Poro, yeah.
Or
Poro.
Kane. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to have Kane up.
Kane's
in
been
there.
involved in all 3 goals, same as Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting one. Put it in the.
Kane has
There's
2
nobody
goals.
else, is
Maybe he makes
Kane
the
has 2
top
goals
4.
and
Maybe he
assists.
makes the mentions, Basuma, but perhaps not man of the match. Yeah.
I
Stick
don't get
those
me
3
wrong.
in the.
I was going to say, I think
Oh!
Basuma's been absolutely superb. He's been brilliant.
Basuma's
today.
been fantastic. Yeah, Basuma's been great.
He has been.
But
and
then
he's
Poro's
definitely
been superb as well.
Yeah, Poro's been brilliant. Kane's been brilliant. I think Son's been good to a large extent today as well. He's been a winning runner all game. But look, we'll put the poll out there. We'll let people decide. We'll get it near the end of the game. Interesting one, though. But it's good to have this problem. How many times this season have we said there's no point like putting anyone up for man of the match? It's cheap.
Yeah.
You know? It's a
Yeah.
good problem to have, I suppose.
It's nobody else. It's one of those 3. It's nobody else.
Yeah.
Get off
Jesus.
him!
Get off Harry. Oh, that's Richie.
Fuck me. Rich, you just draw the elbow back on him.
Richie's going to get his last 2-footed challenge in before the
Oh.
season ends.
West Ham have just equalised. There's a guy in your comments a minute ago who said he needed West Ham to score, and if he did, he
To
wins
score
800 quid.
for 500 quid. Steve Webb. Yeah.
Steve Webb.
Nice.
Well,
Congratulations, Steve Webb.
Holy shiza.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
What a
my
bet,
man.
mate. What a bet. An
Yeah.
eightfold bet. That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Come on.
buzzing.
What the hell kind of through ball was that, man? Was that Rich?
I'm absolutely buzzing for you,
Yes.
Stevie.
Wow,
Get yourself a
Steve.
nice little
Absolutely.
weekend away or a
That
holiday.
was
out.
terrible.
Get yourself a therapist, with what you've gone through this season with that 500 pounds there, Steve. Book yourself a
He's
few
not even
sessions.
listening. He's gone. He's out. He's not even
Yeah,
listening.
he's out of here. He's down the boozer.
Yeah, he's gone sprinting down. Do you know that Forrest Gump meme when you see him sprinting? That's what Steve Webb is like right now.
Yeah. Wow, wowzers. 500,
Come
was it
on.
500 quid, was it? Yeah, nice. Amazing.
That's insane.
Win it! Win it!
Ah!
Oh. Come on, Brighton. Let's do us a favour. You don't deserve it. I know we don't. Everton is still 1 up. Aston Villa is still 2-1 up.
How long left? 10 minutes to go.
Leicester are.
What's your
beating-
favourite moment of the season? Favorite goal of the season from a Tottenham player?
Emerson's goal against Chelsea. Easy for me. Emerson's goal against
What was
Chelsea
that?
at
That's a
home.
good shot.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, good shout. I like Porro's goal.
Oh,
He's
Richie!
like,
Can he
"Oh,
grab a second?
oh, Richie!
Oh!
Oh!
It's been the story of his season.
Oh, pigeon
Yeah.
dance would have been the perfect way to top it off.
Yeah.
Favorite
Emerson,
goal of the
step
season.
over.
I have to say, I did like Kane's last week. I thought that was beautiful. I think Sonny's had a few screamers in there. I think one of the ones that he came off the bench against Leicester, really enjoyed them goals. Man, look, although I think he's overrated.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Skip's goal
Oh, yeah, that was
against,
good.
was it Chelsea? A volley, edge of the box.
Oh, that was fantastic as well. That was
Oh,
a great goal.
Kane! Oh,
Oh!
Ah, get him off! Oh, what?
Harry. That is
How is that not even a free
absolutely
kick?
unbelievable. The referee's given up. He doesn't even want to officiate anymore. That was a sex.
Yeah. He's got to get a cab to the airport. He's on his way to Marbella in about 15 minutes as soon as the game's done.
You see Stevie Webb there.
Well, yeah.
In the terminal for my hair.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
well done. Get there.
So where's this boy Craig? Is he a midfielder? He's a midfielder, is he?
yeah, one of them's a midfielder. I think the other one. I think are both of them midfielders.
This one's a midfielder, I think, because he's certainly
He's sitting on the left, kind of in midfield.
Oh, here we go. Richie.
Nice touch.
Sarr on the outside of him. Give it to Sarr. Let's get him one.
In the
Papalusa
box,
Sarr
Rich.
Dembele. Sarr boy. Craig. Cross for Skippy. On to Emerson. Give me some skill.
Give me a no look.
Completion rate for Craig.
Give me a no look.
Imagine if Craig starts barking orders, telling people where to be. Get a fuck over there.
Jesus, it's party time. Even Ben Davies is skinning his men.
Wow, look at this. Get up, Richie.
Oh, have a
Let's
hit,
go,
Harry.
Harry.
Have a
Harry.
hit.
Go for it. Oh, the Poronator.
Oh, poor naughty boy.
Oh, he kicked him that high up in the air. It's in the Guinness Book of Records.
He just smashed him in the thigh.
Fuck me, he's just kicked him about 20 feet up into the air. He's like a rocket coming out of a cannon. Look at that. It's disgraceful. That's it, Porro. Get him.
Get off my man.
Show him the wound.
Show him the wound.
Oh, okay.
Look at that nuts. How is that not even a free kick? He didn't even give a free kick.
Absolutely done him. If I was that defender, I'd be furious. It's not the first time he's done him today like that either.
See Pedro Porro there, like having a giggle with the referee. Like, he must be learning English. Must be picking up his English somewhere. It's nice to see.
I think his English is supposed to be actually quite good. I think they said that's why he has a bit more influence in the squad than someone who would
Learn it
normally.
pretty quick, yeah.
Because his English.
I remember reading when he was Sporting. I remember reading that he's one of the smarter players. Like he's quite intelligent. Go on,
Richie! Fuck!
Oh,
just 2 inches. Both of these hits, just 2 inches more to the left or to the right. I think on both hits, and would have been in the back than that. Not bad efforts, but
I'm pretty sure I already seen your head going as he struck that, Jack. Ready to do the pigeon. I seen you flexing, Jacko. I just want a pigeon.
Come on, Brighton.
It just feels good.
Come on, Brighton.
Wait a minute.
still
7 minutes
2-1.
left.
Still 2-1 at Villa.
Current results hold. Everton will clinch safety, and Leeds and Leicester will be relegated. Tottenham will finish outside of Europe for the first time in 13 years.
I feel like with Conference League, what's so funny is I feel like there will be more people upset at 90 minutes if we actually finish in Conference League than there will be people. Because even those who want Conference League, I mean, they're not like screaming down the rooftops, to be in it.
Yeah.
I don't mind either way, to be honest.
Sean is probably the average. I think that's like he's like can't be asked either way. Good reasons in both cases. Oh, well done, Mo.
Look, me, if we get it, I want to be in it to win it. If we don't get it, we just don't deserve it. It was in our hands.
So if I went to Twitter, it feels like after the game, if we got Conference League, it feels like there'd be more uproar than there would if we didn't.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But everyone's
Greg,
on Twitter,
lovely
just there to
touch.
moan anyway.
Yeah.
What up,
Silky
Craig?
from Craig.
Oh, it's a good ball. Oh, well done. 7 minutes, 6 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go.
Oh, good ball.
That was a good ball in. Who played that? Well done, Lingley. Spurs couldn't sign off on a fully positive note, though. That goal we conceded now makes it our worst defense ever in the Premier League.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's a reason why maybe Longley like this is the argument against Longley, right? You're signing a player that's been instrumental in delivering us the worst offensive record in the Premier League history.
I wouldn't say instrumental though. Like people forget for large parts of the season he was rotated with Ben Davies on that left side.
Yeah,
You know,
We would have to
Like, it's
compare
not like
minutes. I think we would have to look at how many minutes. and
he
look
has
at
been
the
torn
score.
apart in games. I remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
like-
like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Brent
yeah.
Bournemouth away, he got destroyed by Kiefer Moore.
yeah, in the Champions League against Marcus Edwards, he got absolutely ripped apart away in Sporting. You know, I remember quite a lot of games when he got torn apart. When you got tricky right wingers that are like just running at the team, and he's sitting there stepping off. He's too big a turning circle. I take your point. I agree with you about what you're saying about him on the ball, a useful player. For me, it only makes sense if we, on top of him, like sign 2 other centre backs that are like fast.
Yeah, I'm
quick,
not saying
like
sign
one-
Langley as a permanent solution. You know, you sign him and sign others, or one more at least.
Yeah, like he for me, he would be the replacement for Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like get rid of Davinson Sanchez, put him in that rotational spot, and then go and buy someone else who's better, faster, younger, and then have that kind of option.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it as well. Ganoto's coming on. He left that late to bring him on.
Ribsy 85. Come on, Brighton, damn it. We want Transnistrian away days. I want Enes Moura.
Harrison crying coming off the pitch.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, they're really all going for the Parched Award. Some of these guys.
Come on, Tottenham, let's get a forward. Fraser pumping it long. Harry Kane tries to roll. Richarlison tries to roll defense. Well done, Langley. Skip. He is fucking a try every time he touches it.
I'll tell you what. Have a bet on Aston Villa to win the Conference League next year.
Yeah.
Unai Emery will 100% take that.
He done it at
series.
Sevilla, didn't he?
Yeah.
He done it at Sevilla, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's very good in Europe.
Yeah, he is. He loves it. Yeah, well done, ref.
That's where it comes from then, is just the culture. It just comes from whether you have a guy in charge and people above him that can instill a culture of taking those things seriously.
Santiago's coming on for Tottenham as well, and Lucas Moura.
Why is Lucas Moura? Santiago's coming on. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lucas Moura, final testimonial.
Oh, go on, Richie.
Oh,
Oh,
way!
geez, he knows the ground as much as Sanchez.
6 minutes of extra time in the Brighton match. 6 minutes of extra time on Brighton Villa.
If there's anyone know if Brighton are on top in that game or even look like scoring.
They're on the ball now.
I'm watching it on my phone, man. They're making a
too.
push. They're in the third right now. Come on, Matoma.
Come on, Brighton, please.
10 minutes out of Everton.
Daniel Larson with a super chat saying thank you all
All
for
in.
Oh. Daniel Larson saying thank you all for what you have done this season, all 4 of you sexy
it's George
peeps.
Abbott.
And Shawnee, still wishing you the best with regards to your health, mate. Much love from Daniel
Thanks, mate.
Larson.
Appreciate that, buddy.
No, big
Oh, it's
up
George
Danny.
Abbott. It's George Abbott. It's not the other fella. It's George Abbott. Good
He's
boy,
coming
George.
on as
What
centre-back.
this guy in the space of 6 weeks signed professional contract for the first time, wins the under-17 and the under-18 cup, and now makes his Tottenham debut all in the space since April the 1st. Insane.
How's he making his debut ahead of Darrington? Darrington looked much better in that cup final. But
I
fair
don't
play.
think
to
Abbott
him,
played in
doesn't
it, did he? Or was he playing as a number 6 or something?
Oh yeah, he was. He was playing old midfielder. Sorry, it was Ashcroft playing beside Darrington. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few midfielders making their debut today. Craig and
Mhm.
Abbott. What
Georgie, get a yellow card. Smash it on him. Smash it on him.
Davies, man. Davies.
Oh, George Abbott. Well done, George Abbott. Gets back to throw him off there. Throw him off the scent.
Davies just doesn't want to throw in a challenge. Big up Daniel Larson, though, my man.
Yeah.
It's been a tough slog this season, and
Look at this,
I don't
look at
blame
this
you
with
for
George
giving
Abbott.
up on it, but I appreciate you
back.
for just following along as you always have with us, my man. I appreciate that you've always followed along with us. We appreciate you, Daniel.
Yeah, big up, Daniel, my man. I really appreciate that,
Dan.
brother. And thank you for your loyal support this season and, coming on the fan shows and everything else, my man. Really, really do appreciate it, brother. You're too kind. Really do appreciate it, my man.
Hope to see you tomorrow for the end of the season sort of fan show as well, brother.
Lucas Moore for a goodbye goal? No, or Charleston that was. But yeah, Abbott, that was a good challenge by Abbott back there in our own box.
Great challenge by Abbott. Great challenge. Superb challenge.
Yeah, he's having a right time at Tottenham at the minute.
Yeah, what a couple of months for him. Not only does he make his debut, he just makes a goal-saving tackle in the last ditch.
Richarlison, he's so bad on the ball. It's unbelievable. She's got to be tighter with his touches.
Nonto.
League, are we looking at in that Brighton game?
Looking very unlikely.
It's getting close to the end, man. I mean, it's back and forth, but Brighton are trying for it, man. But it's very quickly petering out, man. Yeah. Everybody's energy level.
Stick in your man of the matches, boys. Your poll.
Yeah,
yep.
I'll do that now.
I got it. I can do it.
Okay. Right. So
they know, yeah, Dave, Dave, you do. I can't add more options for some reason. So Basuma, Kane, Poro. Hard to say the fourth. Longley?
Give it to
Longley, maybe. Yeah.
Give it to Longley.
It won't be one of them, but yeah, go on, give it to Longs.
It's hard to know anybody else that's really stood out. Anybody that's come on off the bench even that stood out? I don't think so.
I think you could make an argument for Son to be in there.
Yeah, I feel like he should have had a goal today, though.
We'll go with Langley. He's in there. He's gone in there.
I'm giving it to the prison guard.
I'm going to give it to my man.
Oh,
pick up to Matthew, though, Dave.
Harry Kane stole my vote. What happened there? I gave it to Porro and it just flipped. No, giving it to Harry Kane instead. Seems like the American voting system.
You don't get what you want always. Dave, I think Matthew said earlier today in the pre-match build-up that Kane would get 30 goals.
Yeah, he did actually.
Oh, Lucas.
He's gone for the magic. Give it to Kane for his hat trick. Lucas,
what a run!
Oh, what a goal! What a goal to say goodbye!
Classic. Classic.
Oh, what a send-off.
Absolutely.
He just went off there. Wish I could see that more often during his career, but fair play to him.
Look at the team. That's lovely. All the squad saying goodbye.
Yeah.
What
a send-off. It's offside. Wait for VAR.
VAR, Jack.
Villa Brighton is done. Villa Brighton is sorry to bring us down here.
Huh?
Villa Brighton is over. Sorry to pour water on the festivities, but
that is what it is.
That game is a full. Yeah.
What a goal!
Give him a new contract. Give him a new contract. 2 more years.
If only we could see more of that throughout his career. That's the guy from PSG. That is. That's rolling back the years.
Yeah.
What a goal! Well done, Lucas. What a goal. Great send-off.
There was no challenge, really. There was absolutely zero challenges, really.
Yeah. He took advantage of the fact that they were done.
I think even Leeds.
Look at Pedro. Look at Pedro. He loves
He's
so happy.
He's got to get in the photo. Yeah. Pedro does.
Fairy tale send-off from Lucas Moura. Even Robbie Keane giving him a hug. Well done, Lucas. What a fairy tale ending.
That's a
There
great
we
send
are.
up
It's
goal.
over.
90 minutes, end of the season, everybody. There it
It's
is.
over. Lucas Moura drops to his knees, points to the sky after that. But that's it. Disappointing season coming to an end. That means Tottenham will finish 8th in the Premier League. It's what it is. Disappointing season, but we end today on a 4-1 win. Harry Kane with 2, Lucas Moura with 1, and Pedro Porro with the other as well. The vote for the man of the match is up, so make sure you get your votes in. You've got Harry Kane, Porro, Basuma, and Langley. Harry Kane is winning that one as we speak. Guys.
Yeah, he stole my vote, though. Stole my vote. So.
It's rigged. But look, guys out there, make sure you stick around. We are going to have a bit of a discussion, a bit of a debrief on the end of this season. Feel free to get in your super chats with your thoughts if you want to keep participating with us to the end of the show. And even if you just want to show your gratitude for everything that we've done this season, feel free. But most importantly, keep getting your comments in. But look, Jacko, let's take it away. We'll start with Tim Falco's super chat, and then we'll get into talking about more.
Tim Falco saying, "Big up, guys. Thanks for the leading Irish entertainment, the Sean chess-like analytics, Jack suave and sophisticated hosting, and Nick and the boys for a great show as always, and all your regulars making my life the best." Tim, that's really kind, my man. And I must be honest, I think it's been a testing season. I think for us, I think we've probably had to search deep within ourselves at times to even want to show up, to even talk about Spurs, or there've been a lot of stages where we probably just feel like it's, for no purpose at all. But I don't know. It's been either, like Dave has brought up many times, I think it's either been a moment of comedy or like a moment of just sort of, people checking in with you that is, I think, allowed it sort of us to somehow finish this season. I really think that a lot of stages we did feel like it was just not really even worth talking about, anymore sometimes Spurs. So I appreciate that you've just stuck with us throughout this whole campaign, like a lot of people have. But I love these watch along days. I love the match days in general. I wouldn't give them up for anything because it's nice to be able to watch games with people. I used to have to watch all these games pretty much alone and be screaming at Ben Davies or Sanchez, by myself, at a computer screen. So it's nice to be able to do it in front of others. But Tim, I just want to say it's been a rough season, but I appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, big up, Tim, my man. I really do appreciate that. And like I keep reiterating, it's tenfold back the other way, where you guys have kept us going. You guys, keep encouraging us, keep getting out there, keep talking about Tottenham, even though how bad it's been. So I appreciate it, my man. Really appreciate the sentiment and the thoughts behind it, brother. Thank you.
Chess-like analytics as well from you, Sean. He's saying he's going to be, we're going to be missing that.
No, sure. I feel like that's probably you, Jack, rather than me, mate. But I really appreciate the kind words to include me in your generosity, mate. Thank you very much, Mr. Falco. Best name in the Tottenham fan community, by the way. Tim Falco, love it. Absolutely love it.
Any relation to the great Falco that played up front for us, my man? Do let us know, my man. Big up, Tim.
Super
really
real
appreciate
name.
it. Really appreciate it.
And then also, or maybe just a quick question here for the likes of, Nick and Sean, and we'll kind of give these around, and everybody in the chat, feel free to give me yours. And, we'll probably have to talk about the other version of it, but highlight of the season, if any. And it's a bit depressing because there aren't really, I would say, any great highlights compared to previous seasons. But Nick, what's your sort of highlight of the season?
Man, that's an absolutely difficult one because it has been a season of lowlights. I mean, listen, I got to go and visit, the Mecca that is Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for me. So, that Forest match, getting to actually see a Harry Kane goal, so that has to be it for me. But in a grand sense, I think it's actually Pedro Porro coming into the team because it's something we desperately needed so bad. Creativity and, some kind of accuracy coming in from the wings. So that's really been my highlight. It's been a player coming in, I think we're seeing Everton being Everton fans in joyous rapture that they're staying up right now with shots of Leicester and the fact that they're going down. That's it. That's
James
Madison
got made a little cheaper.
That's the heaven and hell of football right there on one screen on that on that CNBC.
You know what? The highlight of my season was that this arrived in the mail yesterday. That's the highlight for me, and that shows you what season it is. Just this is a picture disc from Chaz and Dave, Tottenham of the 81-82 FA Cup, right here. That says it all about this season. This is my highlight.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
A lot of people said even the highlight of the season for them was just in like 14 minutes time. I think so. I think Tequila said, when the game ends, that will be his highlight of the season. Has it been that low of a season for you, Sean? That it's just sort of like that was your favorite part of the season when the season ended?
No, I think meeting you guys, briefly after the game. I forget what game it was. The Forest game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Forest,
Forest
yeah,
Yeah, I
game
think it
and
was the Forest game. Yeah. Meeting you two was a real highlight. Dave, I haven't seen you this year, have I? Have I met you this season?
I don't think so.
Did
No,
I?
did we not meet
I
earlier
can't
on the
remember.
season? No.
I think it might, maybe I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, my memory's shot. But yeah, apart honestly, the highlight of the season is spending the season with you guys in the community. The club has been absolutely shambolic. Like obviously meeting the people at the games when I get to see them, meet them, shake their hand face to face.
Yeah.
And then obviously spending every week, every day, and every week with you lot in the comments, going through everything, on various channels, various different streams, my channel, your channel, everyone else's channels. You see the same faces. That to me is the highlight. Like I couldn't imagine my life without this Tottenham community. But as far as the actual season goes, no highlights really. The Tottenham have been like the Champions League was rubbish. The FA Cup was rubbish. The Carabao Cup didn't even really happen, and the league's been just abject, poor, shitty football with devastating losses, devastating early goals conceded, nothing to write home about. So my highlight has been spending the season with you lot. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a great
Hey,
answer.
how about that first 2 months of the season though? That was good.
Yeah. We were okay for a while. even then we got away with murder though. Everyone was saying Tottenham are hanging on here. They won't better keep this shit up, and they have to figure it out. And so
do you know what? Just for a bit of fun as well, everyone put in the comments. Let's know your favorite watch along moment from this season. That'd be awesome. Bring back maybe some good times or some good laughs and stuff like that. Look, my favorite highlight, again, it's not been the football. Everyone knows I've been absolutely disgusted with a lot of football this season. Seeing players failing to execute the basics, seeing players just not showing any movement off the ball, this, that, and the other. I will say, bringing off some of them youngsters today, they were well able to handle their own in there today, getting stuck in and stuff like that. So that breeds well for the future. But genuinely, my highlight has been, yourself, Jack, Nick, Sean, and many other people. I could name so many others, but I'll end up, being here for hours. But, all you guys, spending the season with you guys have kept me going, even in my worst times this season, when I was getting barrages of abuse after the Arsenal game and everything else. You guys kept me going, but not only you, everyone else out in the chat, and everyone that just, through all the hard times, that have made it a lot easier this season in that regard. So I'm like Shawnee, it's more so just spending it with the people and making so many new friends this year rather than actually anything that's happened at the football club, but that reflects the state of the times we're in. It's bad.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I think the highlight of the season for me is probably nothing really to do with anything that we've actually watched, with Spurs. I think it actually is everything that we've either experienced together, with our trip to London, with our trip to go see the team and meet people for the first time. Especially felt like we got to really have like a real proper sit down with a lot of people over that space of time, and really got to meet people, truly for like a good chat, and just sort of have, might be, like I said, more of a proper time with people. But that does speak to the season. That is, there's really more just stuff outside of the football that's really been more memorable and connecting. And I think that's a fair reflection, to be honest. I think we absolutely, I think wouldn't take back any of those moments of meeting so many people, especially even how depressing the Champions League night was. I still felt like I had a great time beforehand, meeting so many people, at a great time, just sort of connecting with different Spurs fans. And like someone like myself, I don't get to do that very often anyways. So it's always going to be, memorable for me. But
as well, meeting Nick here as well at the Tottenham Stadium, that was absolutely awesome. And meeting so many people when we were over there for the AC Milan game. Shame about the result. But look, why don't we progress this conversation instead of sitting here jerking each other off in a jerking circle? Why don't we progress the conversation just a little bit, because I do find it hard when things get sentimental. What do we want to see going forward now? What do you want to see from this club in terms of over the summer heading into next season? start with you, Jack, because you host all the time. You can
Uh, I want to see right away the defenders gone, to be honest. Like, even as much as a manager and director of football, it is the obvious answer that you want to see right away. For me, really, I want to hear that Ben Davies is, been shown the exit door. Dyer has been shown the exit door. Sanchez has been shown the exit door. Lloris has been shown the exit door. I would love for there to be basically us linked with 1,000 different center backs, and then also the center backs that we currently have being linked with 1,000 different ways outside the club. I think that would probably make my summer. I think that would make my life a whole lot less stressful, because I don't know if I really can, like some people have said, go into another season trying to rationalize whether Davies or Dyer or these guys can actually make it work in a back three, a back four, back eight, whatever it may be. It just seems like it's just grown to intolerable. Like, as much as I feel like I have a high tolerance for shit football, I think I really have reached breaking points. And so part of those breaking points have come from the defense, the goalkeeper. And don't get me wrong, the midfield has been really frustrating, but I think a lot of that is more to do with injuries, at least in my case, or at least in my opinion. So I would say, Dave, I would love to hear some busy news about that back line this summer. And I'd be a lot happier next
100%.
year.
And also, I'm going to press you further, Jack. What manager do you want in the door?
At this moment in time, unlikelies, I would take Thomas Frank. I know it's unlikely, but I would take him. I would also take a guy from RB Salzburg named Matthias Jaisla. I've spoke about him a few times, I think years ago, and I actually like him. But and also the other ones that are potentially unlikely, I would take Amorim. But the more likely ones, I'd probably take Postecoglou at this moment in time. I'm not as convinced by him as others for various reasons that I don't need to get into right now, but the likely one that is probably going to come in is Postecoglou, and I definitely get behind him at the end of the day.
Interesting. Jacko, will take one or two of them super chats, and then we'll get Sean in on what he wants to see happen this summer and what manager he wants as well.
No worries. Sebas Wolf here saying, guys, just wanted to say thanks for all the hard work you guys did for this season. Big up Jack, big up Dave, and of course, Shawnee. Sebas, you, me, and Nick are going to have to meet up this summer, my friend, and have a good sort of, therapy session ourselves. Maybe grab a few Presidentes and basically chat, about basically what has been a slog of a season. Because Sebas, I'd love to actually get more of your opinion in person and just meet up with you. And maybe even this summer, trying to look a little bit better. I know you work out constantly, so maybe get me on your routine. Sebas, get me on your routine, my friend. But appreciate you just sticking through this season with us, like many have. It's, I think, plenty of times, Nick, Sebas has said, why on earth am I a Spurs fan this season? So I'm amazed he's still with us.
Yeah. Big up, Sebas, my man. Really appreciate your support throughout the season as well, brother. And look, plenty of stuff coming out over the summer. So I look forward to hearing your opinions in the chat over that, my man. So really do appreciate that, brother. Big up, Sebas Wolf. I really do appreciate it.
And then Ray. Yeah, Ray Hill.
Just quickly, DB says, last season I said you gave added value to being a Spurs fan. This season I feel like you are my drug dealer and I'm addicted. I know it's doing me harm, but can't stop watching. Well done, boys. Really appreciate that.
Thank you,
Jono,
DB.
guys. Really enjoyed your watch-alongs. Thank you, my man.
Yeah, and Hennessy says, has been very pleasant to spend the season with you guys on this channel. Ray Hill says, thanks for the coverage this year, lads. Been a painful at times, but it's been great to be able to share opinions with you all. Mary W says, this is my favorite channel. Steve D is in here as well, thanking us. Big up, Steve D. And then also we have, I think King Hoddle says, goodbye, Lucas. Thank you for a historical moment in Amsterdam that we'll never forget. Big up, King Hoddle. Really appreciate you sticking alongside Emerson with me this season, King Hoddle. Hashtag save Emo. Adrian Chia with the super chat says, thanks for the great watch along, lads. Hope you enjoyed a great script today. Highlight of the season goes to Conte's post-match rant.
Let's get Shawnee in on that. I know Shawnee wasn't a big fan of the post-match rant. So, first of all, just quickly, Adrian Chia, my man, thank you for being a part of these watch-alongs with us as well, my man. I really do appreciate it. Although the script has been, my parents have told me, Dave, you got to tell that Adrian guy the scripts ain't good for your heart, So, I appreciate you making this one a little bit easy. But Shawnee, my man, is that one of the highlights for you, Conte's post-match rant? But also off the back of that, what do you want to see happen this summer, and what manager do you want in the door?
It was certainly one of the lights. I don't know if it was a highlight or a low light. It was certainly a memorable moment. He said what he wanted to say. Like I say, you're probably right what he said, but he shouldn't have said it the way he said it, in my opinion. But I think he was fighting, like trying to get himself sacked. So I don't really, respect that. I didn't like his football. I was never a massive fan of him. I remember, if you remember, on this channel, the NS Mura game, I started to have my doubts or my annoyances, irritations about him with his press conferences and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not going to miss Conte's football or Conte as a person. Like, I'll see you later. Thanks, thank you, bye. But in terms of what I want to see in the summer, well, I want to see a plan. I want to see some decisions being made. I want to see, like Jack said, a new defense. Basically a whole new defense. I want to see an injury-free summer. I want to get 5 or 6 new players in. I want to see a lot of players leaving, and I want to see a manager that comes in that can do 2 things, right? And I'm going to put the trophy chase to one side, because I don't think we're going to win a trophy next season. I think we're miles away from it.
Yeah.
I want to see a manager that comes in that that is not someone to be feared, but and someone that delegates relationships to the assistant manager. I want a manager to come in that gets the players to appreciate him, to like him, that he can get the best out of. I want to see good football first and foremost. Next season, I want to see good football. I don't care. Like, you saw the Leeds fans there holding up a banner of Bielsa, right? You see how mad they were at the ball that they were exposed to, 33% under Allardyce, and he went down anyway, right? They went down anyway, and they didn't go down fighting. They went down playing shitty football, and that's my point. If you're not for Tottenham, if you're not going to win a trophy, if you're not going to be successful, then at least play good football whilst not winning trophies. Because playing shit football whilst not winning trophies, to me, is unacceptable. Just like it's unacceptable to Leeds fans, it's unacceptable to me as a Tottenham fan that wants to see good football. So my priorities are good football with a manager that wants to be here, that is a likable manager, not someone who's to be feared, but someone who's to be respected, but also is like a man manager. And then also I want to see a defensive clear out and a squad clear out, and then rebuild. I want to get my teeth stuck into a project. And I'm happy. I'll be happy with the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, and the volatility of the season. I'll be happy with it as long as we get to see good football and a project that we can get behind. That's what I want to see.
Sounds like you want better scripts from Adrian. That's what it sounds like. You want better scripts.
Better scripts. Guys, listen, I've got to jump. I've got to take the dog out for walk before 8 o'clock. So I've got to
do what you need, Shawnee. Thank you for your service.
Thanks to everyone.
Thank you for your service.
Love you guys.
Shawnee.
Big up, Sean.
Thank you, sir.
See you later, bro.
I want to say, obviously, my love and shout to Jack and Dave for what they do, but I want to say a big shout out to Nick as well, because he's in the background always doing his things.
Yes.
And he's a wonderful part of the team. I love you, Nick, and thank you for all you do as well.
Great
boys and girls.
Thanks,
in the chat, in the comments. I'll see you real soon. Love you all. Take care.
Shawnee, thank you for your time, my man. Everyone, I want to big up Shawnee as well. It's been a wonderful part of these watch-alongs. He's been really fun to be around. He's helped us out through some of these really tough moments as well. He even helped me out personally when I was, earlier on in the season after the Arsenal game and stuff like that. So massive thank you to Shawnee and massive respect as well.
Yeah, really well said, Shawnee. And there's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes here, everybody. So please thank Shawnee. But like he said, please thank Nick as well, because he has basically made sort of the whole watch along. I think from the moment we were able to sort of make it work from the very beginning was all because thanks to Nick. So everybody, you might not know it, but behind the scenes, he helps us out tremendously. But also with Shawnee, the guy has slogged through some real tough games with us and has sat there just sort of probably befuddled, ruined, dejected like a lot of us. And he's just done it just because I don't know why he does. Maybe he's just delusional as us, but he's been really good to us and he's been really kind to us. So please thank Shawnee for all his hard work, as well as Nick in the chat, please, everybody. But got some more to get through. Yano says, you guys made this season actually bearable. Steven says, glad no conference league. 24Z says, big up you guys. Very hard work all year. Terrible season, though. Big up 24Z. It's been good to have you in this season, my friend, as well. Jodfrey Drummond says, thank you so much, Dave and Jack, for the streams this season. It's been absolutely brilliant. And the deep dive content on the managers, too. Fantastic. Great job. Wishing you all the best, Sean, too. Big yourself up, Jodfrey. Really appreciate you, my friend. And then also DB is in the house as well. Wish big up DV. And then Jerome says, big up, guys. We have been through a terrible season, but you guys have been fantastic. So keep up the good work. Jerome, I'm looking forward to having you on the channel more this season, my friend. Maybe next season when we have some better teams, maybe a better manager or whatever, just think just a better Tottenham Hotspur. Be nice to have you along, with us maybe for some of next season. And if you have any free time this summer, feel free to come on, my man. We'd love to have you for some panel shows. Love to have your opinion heard because Jerome, I know you yourself, you just want to see Spurs in a better place. And I know you have really good ways of sort of expressing, what you feel like needs to be done. I know you're a very passionate guy like Dave is, so I'd love to have you on more.
We're going to have him for a podcast. I'm trying to line that up with him, so I have to shoot him a message after this. But Jerome, my man, big yourself up, brother. And look, thank you for coming on the fan shows. Thank you for your time, for your insights, and everything else, my man. I really do appreciate it. So thank you, Jerome.
See you on that podcast, Jerome. Pick up, my man. KA Agent 47 says, fair play for sticking with this monstrosity this season. Can't wait to do it again 2.5 months with whoever's unfortunate enough to be in charge. That's what it's all about being a Spurs fan, isn't it, Nick? Right? It's just, I think the reason we are Spurs fans is we could go through the worst possible season and somehow we'll wake up, 2 months later as if it didn't even happen. And we'll be saying, you know what? I feel like we could be pushing for a trophy this year. It's a classic,
This could be our years. Yes. Spurs fan equals delusional.
Yeah.
100%.
This could be our year, FC.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? But you take the good with the bad. Fortunately, there's a lot of bad. But yeah, when I became a Spurs fan, my buddy told me, listen, it's going to be painful, but it's going to be very, very interesting. And that has come true, 100%, man.
Definitely. Yeah. Big up, KA Agent, my man. And it's been a monstrosity of the season. But like I've said to plenty of you, I thank you all for sticking with it through with us. Like you could have easily as well given up on the season and just tuned out. But a lot of you haven't. And a lot of you have stuck through it with us. And we do appreciate you all. Stevie Frazier is in here. It's been horrible, but we've all had a laugh. Big ups to the community. It's definitely a laugh more today, I would definitely say. Definitely for sure. Darren Farron in the house saying, Jack, Nick, and Sean and Irish Hotspur is great listening to you, even when we disagree at times. That's what it's all for, though. I think part of the reason we disagree even on this channel is because I think we bring on people from various different opinions and they don't really feel like they're pressured to, say one thing or another. I think everybody just comes on here and has their opinions and has their way of looking at it. And it's never been discouraged. It doesn't really feel like ever an echo chamber here. And when it's not an echo chamber, there might be, disagreements and there might be different ways of looking at things. And I really appreciate that. That's what this channel, I think, does offer is always just difference of opinions on various things.
Like, this is the thing, and I've tried to preach this throughout the whole season. Like, we can see things differently, but we don't have to sit there and, abuse each other and go mad at each other and stuff like that. Football is one of them. Everyone interprets things different ways. Everyone sees things different ways. And that's why it's called the beautiful game. That's what these fan channels are all about. We provide fans a platform that the media or the clubs do not provide to the fans, where they can actually come on and air their proper thoughts rather than it being, screw with through the media and stuff like that. This is what it's all about. So, hopefully people enjoy that.
Scooter React says, my highlight is stumbling upon this channel and the great community that follows it. Big up the Irish Hotspur. Come on, you Spurs. Really nice, Scooter Reacts. Appreciate you, my man. And it's been great to get to know so many of you. As Derek Smith has said here, I've made plenty of online friends through the Irish Hotspur and Spurs Talk Show. Thank you, David, Jack, and Sean, and especially all I've chatted through in the WhatsApp groups has helped me plenty. And Derek, I'm really glad to hear that, my man. And also as well, anybody that does want to sort of get more in contact with us, feel free. Dave's, email is there. My email is there. If you want to get more involved, in the Spurs community and need more people to chat to, feel free to reach out. Big up P-Dubs, big up Scooter Reacts, big up Daniel Field, Stevie Frazier. Just making sure John Stokes as well. Big up John Stokes. Oop, my chat. Yeah,
Dave. I want to grab Iceman's comment here quickly. Jack always says, thanks, lads. You've been amazing all season. Thanks for what you have done with your streams. Looking for the transfer window. Looking forward to next season streams. Love these streams. And look, don't worry, we'll be covering all summer content here. So make sure you stay tuned. Plenty still to come. Me and Jack ain't going anywhere.
Can't get rid of us, sadly, everybody. You really can't get rid of us. Big up. Then Tyler here says, love you guys. Thanks for everything you do in the community. You get us through these trophyless seasons. So happy for Lucas. What a way to go. Let's pray Kane is staying. I love everything you said there, Tyler. Kane staying. Lucas, I think that was such an iconic way for Lucas really to end his season. It's actually hilarious that he ended his season in that manner. Very typical Lucas, and good for him. And another trophyless season. Let's be fair, though, Tyler, as younger Spurs fans ourselves, we're quite used to it. This one feels a lot worse than the others, though, of the trophyless
Mm.
seasons. That's for sure. This one does not feel nearly as sort of optimistic or nearly as sort of like, something that maybe you, like you said, looking for highlights has been rough, but maybe the highlights have just sort of been each other, I guess, this season, Tyler. That's what maybe we've
Mm.
all sort of rammed home here, is just hanging out
Mm.
with each other, chatting with each other, just sort of provide, being therapy for each other through what has been a
Mm.
really tough season.
Yeah, 100%. Just quickly, Tyler, I mean, what a way for Lucas Moore to sign off. Look, it's a shame we haven't seen more of that from the guy. It really is. Look, but what a way for the guy to sign off. That's going to be incredible for him. The guy who got us the Champions League final, he signs off like that. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I've had, like, it's sort of like it's time to go, right? I don't think we've seen enough out of Lucas Moore. I think that's the biggest shame, that maybe we didn't get more out of him. But for him, what a fairy tale sign off. Rolling back the years, boom, he can leave happy now. You couldn't write it. It's a great sign off for Lucas Moore, personally.
George Hill says, appreciate everything you lads bring to our lovely little community over here on YouTube. Big yourselves up. Oh, come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Georgie, I want to be seeing you this summer as well, my man. Anytime you come down, come down south. Feel free. Feel free to, give me a holler. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to buy you a drink, buy you a soda, whatever you need, just to have a chat with Spurs. Big up, my man.
Yeah.
Jacob is in the house as well. Big up, lads. Glad it's all finally over. Me too, Jacob. Me too. Tyler says, love you guys. Thanks for everything you do in the community. You get us through these trophyless. Oh, sorry. I already got that one. Big up, Tyler, though, my
I
man.
just wanted to big up Jacob as well for doing some of them tough post-match fan shows for us. Absolute big up to Jacob for that, my man, and huge respect for that. Not an easy thing to do, so thank you very much. And also, the Outlad wants to thank everybody, in the community and on the channel for, a wonderful time for him this year as well.
It's good to see there he is. Yeah, I see the outlets comment. Big up. It's been definitely a weekly fix of something. That's for sure. Big up, my man. Mark says, thanks for all the therapy sessions this season. Therapy sessions via watch-alongs, therapy sessions via debate shows. We do it all, my friend. We do it all. But this summer is definitely going to be a big gear change. It's going to be a lot more sort of news and kind of discussions about fixing Spurs and just sort of giving you everything you need to know when it comes to what's lying for the season ahead. So everybody, I hope you stick with us, and I hope you see, the big gear change that's ahead. Dave has been able to plan out a lot of very different content, for you guys. So everybody, do stay tuned.
I've tried, just to mix it up a little bit and stuff like that. So hopefully it's received well. But Mark, thanks very much, brother. Likewise, therapy sessions have been likewise. We sit here and give our opinions. We're never correct on anything, like all the time and stuff like that. So the therapy sessions work both way, brother. Big yourself up, my man. And then we've also got Kay, who says, "Give yourselves a pat on the back, lads." No, we give you the pat on the back. Like I said, if you guys weren't in here tuning in, if you guys weren't in here engaging with us in the comments, if you guys weren't helping support the channel through channel memberships and super chats and stuff like that, it'd be very hard to continue, absolutely everything to the level that we're trying to get it to and stuff like that. So, massive thank you to you guys out there. It's really appreciated. Give yourselves a pat on the back. The fact that, you guys find the time to comment, to engage with us on all of our socials, it's incredible. And it doesn't go unnoticed, and it doesn't go unappreciated either.
Big up, K, my man. And Mr. Chase, I see your comment above that as well. He says, no matter how poor the football was this season, at the end of the day, we have each other through the good times and the bad. Thank you, Dave and Jack. One love, the badge, the community, each other. Come on, you Spurs. Mr. Chase, beautifully put. Probably better put than I've even put it this whole time. And I've been speaking for almost 3 hours straight. Big yourself up, Mr. Chase. Well done, my man. And then also, the likes of Mia. Big up, Mia. She says, I want to say a massive thank you to you guys. Big yourself up, Mia.
No, thank
That's
you.
been one of the highlights of the season. It's been Mia. I think Mia has been making a huge introduction this season, and has her own channel now. As much as it's been a shit season for you to come into the Spurs community, Mia, I must say, like, it's been a pleasure to have you sort of, grow and just sort of see yet again another person from this channel that has sort of gotten
Yeah.
the confidence to be able to start their own channel and see that it's actually quite fun and see that it's actually quite worthwhile, and it's all about this tight knit community that we have here, and we support each other. At the end of the day, we're very good at supporting each other. So Mia, that's been a highlight of the season, is having you kind of come into things.
And also, the amount of hours she spent on fan shows this year, pre-match build-ups,
Spot on.
and it's the way she just gets her opinion out there. I absolutely love it, and she gets me going as well at times, which I appreciate, believe it or not. I actually do appreciate it, because sometimes I do need someone, to get me going a little. So, yeah, and it's great to see her, starting up her own channel and thriving, and seeing her grow more and more confidence, from where she was when she done her first video to now. It's absolutely amazing to see the turnaround. So, Mia, big yourself up, and also thank you for everything you've done for us this season.
Big up, Mia. Big up, Mia. And then LC says, sign Madison and Rodrigo, a top center half and a good goalkeeper. Madison has just been made a bit cheaper. I'll tell you that, Alban. And which Rodrigo is he talking about?
Not the one that leads short.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
Do you
I'm
like
not
him, Nick? Do you feel like he's worth staying in the Premier League?
I don't. I don't rate Rodrigo. I think he came. To the Leeds with a big enough reputation. Me personally, I don't think he's fulfilled it. If it's the Rodrigo that went to Barcelona last season, I would say, yeah, I'd take him. But the Rodrigo that's at Leeds right now, I'm not sold on the guy. Look, he gives a lot of energy and stuff like that, but I've also seen him waste a lot of chances as well. So for me, I'm not sold on Rodrigo. Madison, look, I can see why many would want Madison in here, and I can see that actually the benefits to our squad having someone like Madison. But we got a lot of attitude problems at Tottenham Hotspur, and I've heard a few people say that maybe there's potentially a few attitude problems with Madison at Leicester as well.
Yeah.
Nick, yeah. Sorry, Dave.
I remember during lockdown he scored. It was just after halftime when we had Jose Mourinho in charge. And it went on since to be disallowed, but he started like giving the Mr. Smooth celebration. And ever since then, I'm like, you're a prick. So, but I do see the benefits of him coming. So look, if he comes, I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram. I do think there's a player in there. I'm just not sure it's. I'm just not sure. Again, I'm not sure on him, Jacko. That's the best way I can put it. I'm just not 100% sold on him. I'd rather like a Pedro Gonçalves, if you want me to be brutally honest.
Say everything you just said earlier, Nick, on Madison and Rodrigo. I think for some reason your mic wasn't picking up.
My mic was. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think I could hear you, but
okay.
we'll just see if they can hear you.
Yeah. I mean, on Rodrigo, I was just saying, that I don't think he improves. I don't think he improves the squad at all. We're going to need the numbers in if we're not putting Dan Juma on a regular contract, but we need to improve in that section, not just bring in somebody who's going to be like for like. As far as Madison goes, man, up until 6 months ago, I was saying I don't want Madison anywhere near this club, and specifically because of what we've heard over the last couple of years about his attitude, about his relationship with Brendan Rodgers in particular. They didn't get along at all. So if Rodgers is coming in, that's going to be even more of a problem. However, I think we need somebody of his quality, and if it's him, I'm going to say let's give him a chance. I've seen him work decently with Kane for the England squad. I'm not going to turn my nose up at him at all. If there's somebody out there like a Gonçalves, or even better, somebody that can create that well, that does have a good attitude, man, I would take him before Madison without a doubt.
Any center halves or goalkeepers that you have on in mind this summer too, Nick?
I'm on the Raya train, man, 100%. I think we should be trying everything we can to get him. Apparently, he wants to move. I don't know if we're going to pay the money that way. And man, I mean, what's the story with Ndika right now? Is he on his way to Rome, or is that just still not done yet?
I think I've seen reports. I think I've seen reports on that the other day, Nick, saying they believe they'd be able to sign down to a new contract.
That's crazy.
Really? Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think that's
waiting a hell of a long time.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah, they're waiting a hell of a long time. That and the fact that he hasn't made any concrete moves on Roma yet, and they're talking about a new contract, means he's still in play for me. And I think that there's still a possibility. I think we need to get him in specifically because of the height and the fact, of course, he's left-footed. I think he goes immediately into the squad. That's who I would love to bring in, man. And then I think Gleison Bremer. I think that there's a possibility he may not be staying at Juventus. And I think that's who we should have gone for last season immediately, brought in him rather than going for Richarlison. As much as I like Richarlison and I want to give him another season, if we would have brought in Bremer, imagine where our season would be right now.
That's a center back, right? That we were very close to getting at various stages. That's a realistic one too, Nick. I think too, because at the end of the day, with Bastoni, I think it's come to show that no one was going to get him. Like he's just signed a new contract with Inter Milan, right? But maybe someone like a Bremer, who I said earlier, maybe one of the biggest regrets of the season was, yes, we could have brought in a left-sided center back, but what if we had just instead brought in a center back that would have better competed with Eric Dyer in the middle?
Dyer,
someone like a Bremer could have been that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Listen, man. When it comes down to this season, and especially with center backs, I hate to say it, but we had to get this low to expose how bad things really were. I think that it's time is up for the position that both Dyer and Davies have held within the dressing room at this club. I think the mistakes, the look on Levy's face last week when he had to get that little pat on the knee from his wife. That said a lot to me. That said a lot about his frustration level and the fact that he now knows that these guys are just going to put him in the shit again and again. And he can't rely on just squeaking into fourth place with these guys. It's not going to happen, man. So I think we had to get this low. We had to
wake
get
up call.
Place. Yeah, as a wake-up call, man. I could be proven wrong, and we could get even lower. I hope to God that's not going to happen.
Wakey season.
Yeah, look, Spurs not qualifying for any European football next season. The board have a massive job on their hands to sort of sell us a vision, sell us a plan to sort of get fans back on side. It's a big summer ahead, a massive summer ahead. Be interesting to see what happens. But also, I just want to give people Harry Kane's quotes. Sort of let's see what people make of him. He was speaking after the game, and he said, it is part and parcel of being a footballer, speculation about leaving, especially when you are at the top of your game. I have focused on this season and helping the team as much as possible. I am just looking forward to a nice break and some games with England. So no clarification on his future there whatsoever.
No, he's doing very good at towing that party line, Mr. Harry Kane. It's impressive. He's tightroping it. Kay here with the super chat says, cheers to another 3 years for the lads. Dave, that would be impressive if we could put in even any more than 2 years, but it's been a slog, and it's, must say this was probably the most testing of the seasons. I guess this is our second full season doing this, but looking forward to the third one, I guess, Dave, put it into our veins, sign us up again.
Yeah, look, to be honest with you, Jack, look, I started this over lockdown because I was bored. I didn't agree with a lot of what people were saying about Tottenham at the time, and I just wanted a place where I could air my opinions. And here we are 2 years later, so I wouldn't write off another 3 yet, Jack. Who knows?
Big up, Kay. Big up, my man. Really appreciate that. Ian Cook, member for 15 months as a fan show member. Big up, Ian. He says, thanks for the watch-alongs this season, lads. Good work. Hopefully things will be better for the club next season. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Flat Cap Army. Big yourself up, Ian, my man. Really do appreciate you just being with us throughout these watch-alongs. And I know, Ian, it's you yourself probably find it very difficult to really stay tuned and even want to continue to care for this season, like a lot of you guys. But I feel like this community has somehow kept everybody interested either in some way, because it's just other people to vent to, other people to sort of, have your opinion heard with. But it could also just be that I think with the community, when times are really tough, you do sort of lean on each other to sort of be able to get through kind of what are, at the end of the day, really kind of depressing season for the most part. Big up though, Ian Cook, my man.
Incredible service, my man, and I really appreciate the kind words. And look, thank you for your service as well, my man. I really do appreciate it, brother.
Tim Falco says,
Tequila. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Go on.
No, please, Nick.
I was going to jump in. Tequila asked a very interesting question, man. Is this the worst season I've ever had as a Spurs fan? Hands down, man. Hands down. I started supporting at the end of Red Naps last year. And as I came in, into AVB, I was expecting that to be the football that I saw as a Spurs fan. And I was going to be happy with it. I was going to be like, okay, you know what? This is it. There's some ups and downs, but it's a mid-table team. And then Pochettino came and just completely changed how I feel about not only Spurs, but just football in general. And wow, I'm really inspired by this guy. And, that's part of the reason why we feel so entitled, I think, especially the younger supporters that are just coming in and people who haven't really been foreign supporters, people who haven't been supporting for more than 1-2 decades. We were really brought up to expect a hell of a lot more from this team. So this is definitely the worst it's felt. And because of what I know of the history of this club and the history of this administration of this club, I have no faith that it's going to get better. I honestly think that there is a potential for things to get worse. So sorry to say.
I agree with that. I think, look, for me, I've supported this club through some tough times before. Some of the times in the 90s weren't so great, and stuff like that. But what I think is more frustrating about this time round is because back then you sort of knew your level, right? You didn't really have any major superstars. But to see the difference between the team across the back line and the midfield line is what's been even more frustrating this year because we've got a forward line worthy of winning stuff. We do. But the back line is so far off it, it's absolutely criminal. How can you have a guy scoring 30 goals this season and finish 8th in the Premier League? It's an absolute crime. And I think what makes it even more frustrating is because you've got some footballers who are so technically gifted, and you've got some other footballers who, should just not even be on the same training pitch as some of these guys about how bad they are on the football. And that's what's made it even more frustrating. Even games where you've gone ahead, your front line's coming to the fore. You're going behind and, your defense is crumbling and letting you down and we're being clawed back. And even when we got down, our forward line is trying to claw back. But unfortunately, that damage is too much. And it's sort of like, and then the constant change of managers, as well. It's just been an infuriating season across the whole. You've got Harry Kane has been breaking records left, right, and centre this season. And you've got a Brackline breaking records for being our worst defense ever in a Premier League season. We're now in a time where no European football for 13 years. That's the start reality of it. And do you know what the saddest thing is? It's not going to hit home to next season until European football starts.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing about, for me, this has been one of the most intolerable seasons I've ever experienced as a Spurs fan. And it's really put my support, my passion, and my love for the club to the test. It really has this season. More than any other season in my lifetime.
That was well said, Dave. I'm kind of like Nick, a bit of a younger sort of Spurs fan myself, so I couldn't ever say that I've seen the worst ever, of Spurs, or that I have a huge sample size to really pick from. But I think without doubt, it's quite obvious the worst one ever. Pretty much my entire time as a Spurs fan has been spent, with some type of European football. I think in some regard too, we've always basically been competing in and around, the top 6 for majority of my time as well as a Spurs fan. And to see us kind of going backwards from what I thought was everybody would have predicted, being Spurs making that jump from being one of the top 6 sort of clubs to being one of the top 4, top 3, top 2 clubs, to see us sliding so far backwards to where we, I guess, originally came from, which was more of a kind of top half of the table type team. But to see us slipping back this quickly and this fast out of basically our own mistakes and our own sort of decisions is scary to see. And it's it's been a big wake up call of the season, I would say. Tequila, it's been a big wake up call of the season. Not really even sure if there's any season that's even worth comparing it to, I think, in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I think it probably has been the worst one thus far. It's also been a season where I think every single thing has gone wrong. Every single thing has gone wrong,
Yeah.
from injuries to just directors of football going to jail to, I mean, almost anything has at
Yeah.
like
Two assistant managers, one manager. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
what, four right backs this season? How many left backs we've been through? I think we've been
yeah.
through about 10 centre backs.
It's I think you could almost every possible bad scenario that you could imagine for a football team has basically happened to us. It feels like this season. So it's not
Yeah.
even also just been, I think, bad decisions. I think it's also just been a lot of stuff really has not gone our way as well, and has really just not helped us out in any regard. Like we even said, the whole having Basuma and Bentancur out at the same time was just like
Unbelievable.
that's your luck. Like I said, we actually would have been better off had it been like Skip and a Bentancur or a Højbjerg and a Basuma, but not both of those guys at the same time. That was just also just detrimental.
Yeah.
Big
Sorry,
up
I'm
Tequila.
off just quickly because of my eyes. Fucking, there's something gone into my eye from that fan. But I just want to say just quickly, like, it's a season that started off with so much more promise. We had, I would say, it looked like we had a decent transfer window. We got off to our best Premier League start to a campaign ever, and that's got lost with how bad it's been. We got off to our best start ever after 10 games, and ever since then, the wheels have just completely come off, and that's what makes it worse. It's a season that started out with so much promise, and to peter out the way it has is absolutely unforgivable for everyone at that football club.
And like I said earlier, in no way am I saying it's this being the worst season of my lifetime is probably not even that big of a deal because people have probably seen much worse than this, but it does bring context. Like David said, 13 years of consistent European football. I've been a fan for nearly 13 years. And the fact that over that stretch of time, no matter how long you might think that is, it has been easily the worst one, has been easily
They,
the worst
they've
one.
even added in a European competition to help us out in that meantime, Jack, and we still haven't done it.
And we still managed to finish outside of it. They were giving us extra. They were giving us more European competition so that we wouldn't fall out, and yet we still somehow found a way. Dave, you're so right, so right. Another comment here though from Ed Sweeting saying, "Big up, Dave, Jack, and
Yeah.
Nick. Great channel. Thanks for all your content and being there every single week. Chin up, everybody. With the right manager, a football club can turn around very quickly. Come on, you Spurs."
Yeah,
Nice
look, that's the
positivity, Ed.
thing. I think we do forget that football can change very quickly. They do say a week in football is a long time. Man, if we can just get the right managerial appointment and get the right sort of vibe in around the club and everyone pulling in one direction, it might not be as bad as next season. But if you're going off the evidence of the last 4 years and the bonehead decisions we keep making, there's also potential for it to get even worse. And right now, where you're sitting, you'd say there's potential for it to get even worse, then better. Sad state of the time. Sad again. It's just sad to be here. It's sad to be here. But I hear what he's saying. I do hear what he's saying.
And then Tim Falco says, "No relation, lol. Yes, Jack's analytics, especially on the fringe European players, was most enjoyable and just wanted to highlight his calm, composed hosting. It goes so well with the Irish legend. Would have gone bald without you guys."
Can I just come in on that quickly about the hosting, Jack? And that's something that, it goes under the radar an awful lot. Like, let's be honest, right? You've got usually big characters on. You've got, myself, Sean, Mia, Dermo, Phil. We've had the boys from here, Tottenham TV and stuff like that. And, you know, you haven't always been able to get in there and give your opinions as much as you like because we just keep talking. And, to keep the shows moving and keep them progressing so we're not getting bogged down on one team the way you do, it does actually go on us. And you do a fantastic job hosting. And it's good to see Tim pick up on that and actually give you a bit of praise for it. Because believe me, you can even ask me when I was on her channel, me and Jack were guesting. Jack never got a word in edgeways because I don't shut up. I'm a difficult person to deal with in terms of a stream scenario. Not outside of life, I'm a sound boy. But, on a stream scenario, because I have so much to say, it's hard to deal, difficult to deal with. And when you add other strong personalities around, that makes it 10 times harder. So, Jack, great job on that this year.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you, Dave.
Tim.
I enjoy hosting. I really do. I find it to be very fun. I find it to be, I admire those who do it on various other platforms and everything. I think it's a fun thing to do, but by no means is it always easy. You definitely have to sort of gauge how long things are lasting and also just sort of like Dave said, just keep the discussion going. And I do also appreciate, being able to do different things than just hosting. Like you said, I get to do scout reports, get to also have, my rants about Larice or my rants about Paratici, Brian Hill, etc., Emerson. So it's also been, I think, a season where I've got to maybe have more of a say as well. So it's been a really fun season. But Tim, that's very kind, my man. I did not expect that. It's very, very kind, my friend. Very, very kind.
There you go.
Well, everybody, I just want to say fan show Monday, end of the season fan show, big one. I mean, we'll be there as long as you guys need us to be, and I would love to see each and every single one of you. We, of course, will try to do another fan show as well in case anybody misses it. We don't need to just sort of have that be the end of the season one, but if you are free Monday night, we would love to have you for that big end of the season fan show. And as much as we'll be talking about how everything probably went wrong, we can just talk about, just moments of the season that were interesting, moments of the season that we enjoyed, or just various just chats about what's to come and what has happened. And so everybody would love to have a lot of you that have either been on the fan shows before, maybe you even haven't ever been on, but would love to have you for the Monday show, please, everybody. Big fan show.
Yeah, 100%. And, like me and Jack said, time is no obstacle tomorrow. So please use it. You've heard what we've all had to say. Now we want to hear what you have to say on this season. So whatever your opinion is, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Get on and have your say with us. Now, of course, we will do it for all channel members first. They do take priority. However, I do understand that it's tough out there. And look, some people genuinely just can't afford it. And I get that, we're all suffering in these tough times. And if there is anyone out there who is in that position and, genuinely wants to come on and have your say, please get in contact. People have done it throughout the season and, I've sent them links and stuff like that. So please get in contact and then we'll also get you guys on and make sure you're heard too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nick, any final words for people? Final testimonies?
Man, you know what? It's a pleasure being with you guys. I'm not looking, as gloom and doom as I was sounding before. I'm still going to be looking forward to August 12th and the first kickoff, man. That's not going to change. I love being a Spurs fan, and as much as I hate being a Spurs fan, but thanks a lot. Spending time with you guys is always a pleasure, and big up the chat because there's a lot of great people out there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I think we'll leave it there. Please hit that like button. Thank you for a long season. Thank you for sticking with us as long as you have. Thank you for, I guess, what is, just another season. And really do appreciate you all, though, for, like I said, just sticking with us and through bad days, good days, not many good days, but a lot of ones. Just thank you for continuing to come back and sort of be the community that you are. And this summer, big gear change ahead. So don't go anywhere, please. We're going to have plenty more shows, just big gear change. It's not, watch alongs and sort of, the same sort of schedule. So it is going to be, a lot of different stuff. So just be prepared for that. Various different shows that Dave's planned and has come up with, and just new different things to be talking about this summer. So please be ready.
100%. And just quickly, like I said, I want to reiterate this message. Thank you so much to everyone who's come on these shows throughout the whole season from start to finish. You guys who come on, share your opinions and everything else with us, and create these conversations and expand on them and everything else. We really do appreciate every single one of you. I want to make a big shout out to Nick as well, who has been fundamental behind this channel, helping us improve, giving us ideas, or we come to him with ideas and he puts them into practice and stuff like that. So massive thank you to you, Nick. Also Kieran out there as well, who's helping us where he can as well.
Up, Kieran.
Out to you, Kieran. And then last but not least, you guys out there. Honestly, you've been amazing. Your support has been absolutely brilliant. And more so, what means the most to me is that sometimes it's very easy for someone to sit here, just be on a screen and, not communicate with people outside of that and everything else. But when I've hit my lowest points this season, 99% of you, if not all of you, have reached out and really, helped me and stuff like that. And that's my biggest thank this season. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. I really do appreciate that.
And I would echo that as well. I would say, Kieran, Nick, a lot of people don't know this, but when we do come up with different ideas, different graphics, whatever it may be, it's not us always. It's pretty much just us coming up with the ideas. It's them actually putting in a lot of the follow through, with it and actually being able to make of what you see on screen happening in
Yeah.
front. So everybody, I know it's often looks like it might just be Dave and I doing everything, but it's not. They actually help us out tremendously in what
Yeah.
we are able to put out for you guys, because a lot of it is visuals, a lot of it is graphics, a lot of it is sort of stuff that makes the shows just that little bit better, that little bit more professional, and that is thanks to them, everybody. So please do remember to thank Kieran and Nick as well.
Yeah.
And then last thing is maybe from we'll take it from EYL, and he says would love to hear who you guys want for manager next. So that's to be the last thing. Who do you want as manager next? Nick, pick one name.
Listen, man, I know it's a flash in the pan, but I'm still hoping that something gets done with Nagelsmann. I'm still hoping.
Oh
that
yeah, that's
there's
right.
something. He doesn't have another job yet. There's always a chance.
Yeah, look, for me, I would take Nagelsmann over Postecoglou. It'd be nice to see us do a U-turn on that, but if not Nagelsmann, well, we got to lose by giving Hans Postecoglou a chance.
True.
I forgot about Nagelsmann completely. If we can go back after him, I'll say Nagelsmann. I'll go Nagelsmann as well. There you are. That's my answer. Everybody,
No.
thank you for a great season. We'll still be back though tomorrow for the likes of the fan show and everything. So we're not going anywhere. But when it comes to the season in general, thank you for what has been, a tough season, but a great season, at least in this community. Big up, everybody. We'll see you
Big
soon.
yourselves up. See you tomorrow. And come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. See
Come
ya.
on, you Spurs.